And it is 33 burning DC questions. You thought it wouldn't happen, but it's happening again. I had to get Mr. SSJK.Sanctum, the MVP of burning questions, into the stream. We've also got... I can't hear you.
Nerd Man, as Ashley likes to say. Can you hear me? Nerd Man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you.
Wait, could we always hear each other?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, well.
But now I've got an echo.
Yes, I hear the echo now. It's
What's the echo?
It's because K-Dot's not wearing headphones, I think. That's
all right, I'm good. Now I have to mute the stream. All right, now I can hear you.
All right. You can hear Scott. Can you hear us pretty well? Because you're the most important person, the viewer. It's 33 burning DC
Nerd
questions.
Man, did you notice how he gave DC a black screen? The disrespect. DC is nothing but darkness.
No. I'll say Chillmonger is not one of them MCU fans who comes out at night. He's not. He's a cool MCU fan.
I can explain the black screen. I'll get to that, but I gotta invite someone who let me just do this thing. Incoming Rocky from the Comic Boom YouTube channel. Hello.
Yeah, man. I've been wanting to get on stream with you for ages. Hey, Comic Boom.
Hey, how's it going?
Doing pretty well.
Yeah, I'm just get rid of my background here.
Okay, so the reason my background is all black is because you see how it's blue? Everyone's name tag is blue. My thing is I made a new brand, which like the old stuff never carried over. So I have to log in and create a background and put it in there. So I haven't gotten to that yet.
Very typical how you do that for when it's DC finally.
You guys are
these MCU fans come out at night, don't they?
Typical Marvel fans. Typical.
Nerdman's YouTube channel is Hot Takes Tuesdays. He's doing live streams on guess which day of the week? Tuesdays, and you can check him out. Comic Boom, you put out content on Tuesdays too, right? Early in the morning.
Usually, early in the morning. Usually we do it sometimes like after midnight on Monday. We review myself and another guy, Jace of the Comic Source podcast. It goes on his podcast, Comic Source podcast, and I have the YouTube the video version on my channel. We usually review most of the DC comics every week and have a lot of fun doing that. And
you do a phenomenal job at it.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I'll salute you as I'm having a beer and clam, Coors Light with a little bit of clam before I get my booster shot, which I am told is a violation of the protocol, but I'm not going to tell nobody if you guys don't.
Nope.
Yeah.
Zip. We're going on to the next person who already got his booster shot. SSJK.Sanctum. Talk to them about your channel.
I am trying to do a revamp for the channel soon. I am in the midst of trying to find a specific thing I'm trying to hit. But you guys, 2022, big thing coming for the channel. I don't have any content coming for today, but possibly Sunday. Well, most likely Sunday we'll be covering Attack on Titan, guys. So make sure you guys are there.
Okay, I'm doing a 33 burning Attack on Titans questions, but that's coming in a couple of weeks. Until then, let's start with the first question, and I'll fix the background.
Wait, I don't even get my introduced to my channel. All right.
I guess technically I didn't say what you did, right? Hot Takes Tuesdays, and write your name. It's why should it say Nerdman? It just say Hot Takes Tuesdays, so that people can know where to go, bro. But tell them about your channel.
I'm the only channel that gets 600-700 views or whatever, and then I only have 200 subscribers because people don't like what I have to say. People don't like what I have to say. What happens is, you see an MCU fan at night, right? And you come out of your house, right? And you get a phone call directly about 1 o'clock at night or 1 o'clock midnight, the time. And they come on the phone, they do a scary voice. They're like, oh, hey, what's your favorite fucking scary movie? And you can't trust them. That's
what's weird is that this thread is 33 questions about DC, and here is Nerdman talking about Marvel. This never stops. He can never just appreciate the stuff that he allegedly likes. I don't understand it.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike, from the YouTube channel Rogue
Comics. That's what happens.
Your time is up. Listen, you had time to plug your channel. You didn't use it. Mike's got a comic book shop at Bridgeport, Connecticut, which you should all be visiting. Mike, Rogue Comics. First question is, which film is the true version of Justice League? We're going to go with Comic Boom. It's your first time here. Which one is the true version, Snyder or Whedon?
Well, I got to go. If I have to pick, in my view, neither are. I would rather go with an animated film, although that's cheating, but I won't cheat. I will have to go with the Snyderverse.
You know what? I didn't actually say in the question whether it's Whedon or Snyder, so you can go with the DC animated version, the new 52 one when they rebooted.
No,
well,
you go with an earlier one if you're going to do that.
I personally, my all-time favorite. I'm a huge Darwin Cook fan, and I think I think Justice League New Frontier. I think I love the comic book. I got the Absolute Edition, and I really love the cartoon. I love that cartoon film movie. To me, that captures the
such a good adaptation.
Very well. So that would be my choice. I love Darwin Cook. I love the version of Wonder Woman. You know, there's the door, Spaceman. You know, I mean,
yeah,
so many great scenes from the Losers to Green Lantern, to Hal Jordan. To
that's from the original Darwin Cook thing as well. It was there's the door, Spaceman. It's from the Darwin Cook comic. It's really great.
So that's my choice.
Sorry, dude.
No, it's all good, man. That's good. Yeah. Somebody agrees with me.
I definitely I think the animated versions are much better than the Snyder Cut. I'd love to see those in real life, in live action.
Yeah,
but anyway, go on.
Yeah, okay, go ahead. Sorry.
So
go on.
Two for the DC animated version. Yeah. K-Dot, what do you think?
Well, there's two answers to this, as you guys. There's two answers. If we're going off of the live action version, it's Zach's version, since that was the original version that's supposed to come out. I may prefer Joss Whedon's more in different areas.
You are not my son anymore.
Nerdman, if you have to disown me temporarily, that is fine. But I have to say this. The only great Justice League movies are pretty much all of the animated ones. Justice League Throne of Atlantis, Justice League versus the Fatal Five, Justice League Crisis on Two Earths, Batman Superman Apocalypse, if you want to kind of count that as a Justice League movie. I mean, there's so much better Justice League animated movies than the live action ones. I'm sorry.
Agreed.
Neither of the live action ones is Justice League.
Yo, can we just get something straight here? The animated Justice League movies, which are better than the Zack Snyder version, are also better than the Avengers 1 and 2 and Endgame and Infinity War.
Chill. Can you seriously put a stop to this? This is ridiculous.
Right? No. So let's not like
knock it off. All right? We're talking about DC.
We're talking about Justice League fucking Whedon version versus the Zack Snyder version. Because if we're talking about the animated versions, the animated versions kill them all, and you know that as well. Fucking Rogue Comics, you know that. Don't fucking lie. They're better.
DC gives
story-wise.
Okay.
Mike, you want to answer this one? The true version of Justice League?
It would be the Justice League, the first 3 episodes of the Justice League series, Secret Origins, and then Justice League New Frontier. But yeah, the films they're nowhere near what the Justice League should be. Either of them. I don't care what it is. You can make it 8 hours long. It doesn't matter.
My favorite part. Oh God! My favorite part from a film was when it was Green Lantern and he had his little ring and he was talking to Batman. He's like, "So what are you, a vampire? Wait, you're not just a crazy guy in a suit, right?" That scene with him, Hal Jordan meeting Batman, and plus he even like wanked away. Well, not wanked. He yanked away.
He wanked.
He takes the ring.
He takes the ring, and Hal didn't even know he did it. Yeah. Question number 2 of 30.
No. I'm gonna give my answer to this.
Oh, I thought you said it was the animated. Which ones do you like?
No, because the Zack Snyder's Justice League is really, really good. That doesn't mean that the animated movies aren't better, and I wouldn't want to see live action versions of the animated movies. Mm-hmm. But Zack Snyder's Justice League, look, I don't hate Whedon's version. A lot of people do. I'm not like Whedon is a criminal for creating. And to be fair, I'm actually quite impressed considering he had to take Zack Snyder's version and like cut it down to 2 hours, and that's what he came out with it. I'm actually fairly impressed that he was able to do that. You know, and make it coherent in any
Can
way.
you stop complimenting and get to your fucking point, please?
And actually, he improves. He improves on a certain bit of the Justice League that I think is actually better in his movie, which is their relationship. Like, when they're trying to resurrect Superman. So there are aspects of the Joss Whedon version that I like. That being said, Zack Snyder's Justice League is easily one of the best comic book movies of all time. When I say the animated Justice League movies are better, it's because they are so much better than all of the fucking live action movies, you know, outside of Dredd, Kick-Ass, Sin City, you know, these kind of movies, maybe Avengers 1. They are so much better than all of them. Like literally, like you take the animated DC movies from the phase 1 of DC animated movies, like going up to Batman, The Dark Knight Returns, which is a fucking masterpiece. You know, those movies are like so much better. If you had those in live action, that's incredible. But then, yeah, you know, whatever. Zack Snyder's Justice League would be after that, but so would a lot of live action comic book movies. Zack Snyder's Justice League is a fucking incredible movie.
All right. Question number 2. I got to ask Kate out this because Kate out's the one. Here's the reason why this question exists. I want to know why Peacemaker is that way.
Who wants to take it first? I already got my answer ready to go.
Okay, let's go.
I don't know what you mean.
Why is Peacemaker the way that he is? Why? What makes him this way? I mean, what's the reason for it? We got to see a couple of things in 3 episodes. We got to see of what he's all about. And since I didn't watch the show, I can't really answer this, but I have a hunch of what K-Dot's answer is going to be because I heard him talk about this yesterday.
Peacemaker's the way he is it's simple, it's obvious, but it's his dad. If anybody's seen the first 3 episodes of Peacemaker, we know his dad is a super hardcore white supremacist. He doesn't like exactly go around with a flag going like, you know, preaching it, but he doesn't shy away from it. In Peacemaker's case, he's just like many other kids who got parents, and if you may disagree with him, the thing about a lot of people with parents and stuff, it's hard for us to challenge the wrong things that our parents are doing, because, you know, it's also that love, that fear and respect, the loyalty. And in Peacemaker's case, even though he does not agree with his father's ideologies or his father's way of being a superhero or a vigilante, he still, out of fear, will never go against what his father's doing because he doesn't have the courage to do so. And through all the abuse he went through dealing with his father, you know, it kind of affected him it kind of really just hit him this hard and made him what he is.
And what do you...
Yes.
No. I know. I look. I loved you as much as I could, K-Dots, and I don't know why you've turned out the way you did. I did my best. I'm joking. I was just gonna ask what Chillmonger thinks.
I'll watch the show.
Okay. All right. Well, my opinion is that actually his father is one of the more interesting characters, and I cannot wait till people are like, oh, this is a Trump allegory, and fucking Peacemaker's a piece of shit because they're saying all fucking Trump supporters are white fucking supremacists. Well, you know, if the shoe fucking fits, that's all I have to fucking say.
Okay, from what I know about this they don't make him a Trump supporter or they don't put a flag from a certain.
But
there's no allegory here. This is just he's straight up a hateful person, and so there's
but that's what it's not alluding to it. I'm not saying it's alluding to it, but I'm just saying that's going to be the complaint. That's going to be the complaint of like once they delve into that character.
I feel like this is complaint proof. I feel like this is complaint proof. You can't say, oh, they say just because you dress this way, oh, you're a hateful person, just like Cena's dad or Peacemaker's dad. I feel like this is bulletproof. This isn't like where you could say they're doing an allegory.
Yeah, like the thing about this, James Gunn made it so upfront that like this is the thing. When they kind of dance around what the character actually is and they finally wait to reveal him, James Gunn, when you first meet his father, he straight up revealed to you who this man is. Most products, they dance around like these type of characters, like, you know, these supremacists of any kind, not just if you're white or whatever.
Yeah.
But they dance around it and give people time to speculate. 3 episodes is already out. The internet is a wild place. Nobody has brought up anything about his white supremacist dad. I think the fact that James Gunn was so upfront about it and real and honest and didn't hide it or shy away from it, I think people are going to really question it less. Because when you dance around stuff, it's a totally different type of conversation. They're not dancing around it. They're being real and upfront. I mean, if it doesn't get any more obvious, there's literally there's a Heil Hitler moment in episode 2 where they're literally going like Hail the White Dragon. I mean, if it couldn't be any more obvious what it is, I mean,
I'm thinking, be like, no, you see what they're doing? White Dragon, that's an allegory. If you play Yu-Gi-Oh's Blue Eyes White Dragon, that's what they're trying to say.
Right, like,
all Yu-Gi-Oh players are racist. What is this?
Yeah.
You can't.
Because there's nothing to expose.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Donald Trump literally comes out and he goes, "Oh, all Mexicans."
May I please interrupt, just so we don't go down that path? Because the question is, why is Peacemaker this way?
No, I know, and I'm gonna answer that question. I'm not.
Just answer the question. 10-second version. Just answer the question.
So Donald Trump comes out. He says all Mexicans that cross the border are fucking rapists. He then the Central Park 5. He basically says, oh, you know, these people should be executed. Doesn't come out and actually say when they're exonerated that actually he was wrong. Yeah, these are problems. These are problems with his perception. And the reason he doesn't come out and say, you know, like I'm wrong or whatever, is because he's playing to a certain demographic who doesn't want him to say they're wrong. That being said, you know, there is a certain people on the internet, on you know, whatever, who are like, oh, everyone's a fucking Mary Sue. Everyone, you know, they have to watch out for the.
Bro, I let you go on way too long. Like, I thought you would have just gotten out the whole Donald Trump said this about the Central Park 5. Your time is up. Mike, you want to answer this one? Why is Peacemaker this way?
It's his dad.
Thank you. And Boom, you want to touch this one? Why is Peacemaker the way he is?
Yeah. Well, it's the show did a masterful job focusing on how bad a father he is, and it actually, I can't believe this. I hated Peacemaker in the Suicide Squad movie. That is to say, I love to hate him. So I mean that in kind of a good way. I love to hate him.
Really?
But I can't believe that I'm actually starting to. You know, you can really see the impact of a bad father, a bad parent here. And also just a quick comment about Peacemaker in the comic books. In the comic books, in the post-crisis, Peacemaker's father was a Nazi commandant. And that actually caused Peacemaker to be almost mentally ill and literally to, you know, basically shun his past. And that's why he moved toward peace, because he felt so guilty about who his father was. So I think maybe elements of that, you see thematic elements of that in the Peacemaker show.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
So, wait, since you brought that up, because I already knew that, would you say that at the moment he says he's Peacemaker, and by the end of it, once he finally confronts his father, he will like truly says how he feels to his father, like finally confronts him and stands up? Do you think he's going to go into the route of truly what Peacemaker should be?
That's a good question. He says he's Peacemaker, but he doesn't seem like a peacemaker just yet. That's exactly right. So I don't know. It's going to be really curious to see what what direction this story goes in. The thing is, the irony here is that I kind of like the fact that the Peacemaker is kind of an a-hole. I kind of don't want him to change because he's so funny and he wears his flaws on his shoulder. He expresses himself with no filter at all, and that's part of his charm. But it also makes him a jerk, but that's what makes him.
I don't think it makes him charming though, because the jokes are inconsistent. That's my problem with Peacemaker. It's like I like the idea of like a kind of what would you say, like a satire of like the Captain America character, where you've got like a nationalistic superhero who isn't quite up to date with like the more modern world or whatever you want to call it. Like he's still stuck in the past and doesn't know all of the things that make up like modern the modern world. But this Peacemaker, it's like James Gunn can't help but tell a joke. He can't help but tell a joke. He can't help if it isn't consistent with the character, but he feels the joke is funny, he'll still make the joke. Whereas, a good writer would be like, I'll stop at the point where I know that this character, it doesn't make sense him making that joke because it doesn't fit in with the character. And if he did that, where it was like, hey, this is Captain America, but like it's a Captain America, it's like a spoof of Captain America where he doesn't really get like the modern world. And so he only makes jokes that are consistent with like, I don't get what's going on in the modern world. Then I think it would be a lot funnier. But he can't help himself, and that's my problem with this character. And the rest of the characters aren't that funny either. So I don't know.
Jared is with you. He was in prison the last 4 years too, and a lot can change in 4 years. That's right. Rogue Comic says, got to keep it concise because if we're going to spend 10 to 20 pontificated when we hit the Czech Republic, this show will be ending tonight at 11 p.m.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, I will try and keep it consistent from that one.
The third question, concise. The third question is, did Birds of Prey make you want an egg sandwich? It did for me. I'm not going to lie. That if it did one thing, and in the movie, chilling, eating that egg sandwich in that car, yeah, needed it.
As much as I dislike the movie, that egg sandwich, I always love a good ham, egg, and cheese sandwich. That ham, egg, and cheese sandwich the egg looked good. Everything looked juicy. Look greasy.
No shells. Sometimes that you can get an egg sandwich and there's still a little bit of shell inside the egg. No shell in that egg.
Oh, we don't deal with that here in America. I don't know if that's the case in Canada, but in America, we don't get no shells in our eggs. We don't deal with that.
I've got to tell you, I love a good egg sandwich, and that egg sandwich did nothing for me like the rest of the movie. So that's sad that even the egg sandwich, which I like, didn't even get me. So
I love even terrible egg sandwiches. I even like the egg sandwiches at McDonald's. I just love them. So, and I'm never going to complain watching Margot Robbie. She can eat anything and I'll enjoy it. So, I was a little bit more favorable to that movie. But I admit we're not talking about the movie. We're talking about the egg sandwiches. But I thought it was a decent enough movie. And hey, man,
you're a good-looking guy. You're a good-looking guy. I presume you've banged someone as good-looking as Margot Robbie, right?
Well, I like to think
because
so.
I
wasn't drinking at the time.
No, I have, and I'm just like I'm over it. Okay, like
have an egg sandwich and call it a day.
Yeah, no, I'm like she's.
I don't
she's
smoke, so I have
everything.
to eat an egg sandwich.
She was better in the original Suicide Squad than any other movie she's been in. So
I won't argue with you there. It's that panty line that they use special effects to make a little bit more fine-tuned it, just perfect. For that male gaze, it's very important. For a Purian fanboy like me, I appreciate when special effects guys do that.
What about a jaded fanboy? Did the Birds of Prey movie make you want an egg sandwich, Jaded?
Made me want them to go make me a sandwich, but that's about it.
God dang.
That's the best answer. That's the best answer to this question.
You guys can check out The Jaded Fanboy. That's exactly what his channel is. Check him out. And Mike, it's time for you to be asked. Did the Birds of Prey film make you want an egg sandwich?
No.
Yeah. I agree with you, Mike, for once.
It did look good. I got something Margot Robbie can eat.
Gosh.
I got
Okay.
something Michael Robinson worked on.
If you order an egg
swear to
McMuffin
God,
and it's not the breakfast, hold on. If you order an egg McMuffin, let's just say like it's Uber Eats or something, and it's like 11 o'clock at night because it's not the breakfast menu. That crew, they F up all the time, and sometimes you get a little bit of shell inside of your egg McMuffin. That's all I'm saying.
But that's
Well,
impossible
okay,
because the egg McMuffin isn't made out of eggs.
Yeah, that's not even a.
They
I
made
swear to God, I have been to a club and I've met like a girl who looks like Margot Robbie, who was Australian. I'm pretty sure I may have banged Margot Robbie. So this
yeah, sure, nerd man. Yeah,
this effect that it's supposed to have on me, it does not have on me.
Moving on. In the Snyder Cut, one more joining the crew. We got Onzo from the YouTube channel Bigford Entertainment. And
what's up?
Hello. Look, you
Bigford
guys you were talking trash
talking
about the
about.
Canadians, and guess who's outnumbered?
Yeah, I heard him. I had to come in here because Nerdman was long-winded.
Just put them all
again.
in their place. Let's just the Southerners where they need to be. We got the Canadian boys over here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Clearly in sync.
Typical Canadians always hating on us Americans.
All right.
Yeah, they come out at night, don't they? I'm telling you.
Not Canadians come out at night. Oh my god.
Hey, was Henry Cavill Superman in Amy Adams' Lois Lane at night? Because I don't know. They opened up the drawer in the Snyder Cut and you could see a little pregnancy test, didn't you? Was she pregnant or was she not?
Well, this is all right. So in BVS,
Should we go in order or
in BVS they had you want to go?
No,
in
you
order?
can go. Nerdman shouldn't have ever interrupted you because I just throw this question out, and whoever's passionate about it enough, like Kata just exhibited, they'll speak first.
Okay.
In BVS, I'm assuming when Henry Cavil and Lois had sex in the bathtub, that's when he made it happen. The egg.
Absolutely. That was the only time. That was the only time he smiled in that movie. So yeah, he better have gotten it pregnant. Come on.
Now,
Lord.
Isn't that super sperm, and wouldn't that sperm shoot through her?
Hey,
It should.
I mean, it would kill her. But in Zack Snyder's Justice League, she was supposed to get pregnant. Go off the storyboard. So she is pregnant, but she obviously had different those different things to check if she's pregnant or not. But that thing didn't confirm it. The one she tested, they just showed the box.
Yeah, and they're going to name the child Martha, even if it's a boy.
The Snyder confirmed that Lois was indeed pregnant.
Yeah, she was pregnant.
But who was she pregnant?
Wait.
Was she pregnant by Superman or was she pregnant by Batman? Because according to Snyder's plans, she was pregnant by Batman.
That plan thing was a rumor, man. It was Superman.
No, it was.
No, it was real. That was supposed to be Batman's baby.
That was going to be Batman's baby.
I remember hearing him saying no, but I'd have to go back and check.
Yeah, didn't he have that written on those dry erase boards or whatever it was?
The legal storyboard. That's Batman's baby. So it doesn't even make sense how Superman's the father.
I'm
but
sure
Batman
he would have
and him
changed
and
that.
Lois isn't together. It's weird.
That was stupid. If he would have made it Batman's baby, it would have been dumb. But
I mean, that's dumb too.
I think that would have killed.
But in this movie,
on brand.
How does Batman's baby? Because Batman and Lois didn't communicate or talk to each other once in Justice League.
Wait a second. So let me get this right, Chillmonger. You're just trying to do all questions that make the DC look bad. Is that?
I got some. I may or may not have another Martha question in here. I don't know.
the DC does it themselves.
DC
does it themselves.
Oh
bro.
my gosh!
DC doesn't need Killmonger's help.
This DC slander.
All right. Go for it, brother.
The next question Question number 5. The craziest thing Aquaman used his new trident for.
To cook fish sticks.
What up? What up?
A butt plug.
All right. So
Joining right now is Perp Minded from.
What's up,
And
Perp?
joining right now is Perp Minded from the YouTube channel Perp Minded. Go ahead and check him out.
Yes. I am not Canadian
No, that's why I didn't even have
at
to
all.
figure that in. It just sent you there on purpose. So StreamYard, good job. StreamYard.
Honestly, I think Aquaman barbecues fish with his trident. Well, he puts over fire, puts fish on it. Boop boop.
You do know that he's underwater, so it's really hard to have a fire on. This is not SpongeBob SquarePants.
SpongeBob.
Hilarious.
I mean, well, he has to go on land and do it. Obviously, cook him some fish.
I think the craziest thing he uses his trident for is actually trying to make a plot for Aquaman, because
Right?
there is no fucking
He was
plot.
just taking you to task for making questions that would make DC look bad. And listen to what he says.
What did you do?
Urban Aquaman was tight. What are you talking about, man? That movie was tight.
It was ridiculous. Like, why?
was tight.
Like,
Aquaman's a good movie.
So basically, from the Justice League, it was like they're looking for the trident.
I know what confused you, Nerd Man. I know what confused
And
you. It was a fun DC movie, and it confused you. I get it.
all right, I'm gonna shut up. Okay, carry on, guys.
Do you promise?
I personally think the craziest thing ever done with Aquaman's trident was in the comic books, in the Legion of Superheroes in the future. The trident was actually used to create water for a brand new Earth. They constructed a brand new Earth, and the trident actually created water for the entire planet because that was the only thing it was missing. That's the most insane thing the trident ever did. But Aquaman wasn't around, so maybe that's a cheat answer to the question because he wasn't actually using it. Somebody in the future was using it, but it's insane. The problem with the trident, in my view, is that it's used for different things by different people. It's made out of nth metal, the same thing that allows Hawkman to fly, and nth metal is used for different things throughout the DC universe. And so it does different things under different writers, and there's not a lot of consistency. So I don't know. I mean, frankly, the coolest thing I ever saw it do, I love that tunnel scene in Justice League where Jason Momoa uses it as a barrier when he creates it. When he uses it as a shield, I think that looks really, really cool from a visual effects point of view. But beyond that, I mean, that thing there seems to be no actual rules with Aquaman, so it's a little frustrating.
Are you talking about the Infinity Stones right now? Because it sounds like
no, because that's Marvel.
It sounds to me like you're talking about the Infinity Stones.
Hey, Perp, what's the craziest thing that Aquaman used his new trident that he attained in the Aquaman movie, which was $1 billion hitter? That movie, what did he use his new trident for? Since
Tries to use it as a fork.
Tried to use it as a fork, staying in the food realm with K-Dot. I would say he Amber Heard is Mara, and
I know you was gonna go there. I had an audience, but oh my!
Let's say when she's too far to reach, he could use the trident. That's all I was gonna say.
Or maybe he used it to get her crap off the bed.
Very, very good. Question number 6. What was the best Shazam joke? For me, it was when all of them were about to get their powers. He says, "Say your name," and they all say, "Billy." I love that.
I've got one for this, but anyway, I'll let everyone go first.
Well, since you interrupted everyone from going first and you talked first, you can go first, Nerdman. What was the best Shazam joke?
I really liked when he went to the old man's, like the old wizard's realm, and that he's like, touch my stuff, and he's like, ew, that's disgusting. I thought that was funny because it's just like, you shouldn't do that. Children, any children watching this,
somebody call the police.
You shouldn't be watching this, but like any children watching this, you should not follow an old man down to a train station who is like, I'm going to give you magical powers. So I thought that was funny, that little scene.
One takeaway from that is the underground subways is the same as the Toronto subway. So I'm like, oh, I recognize this. It was very cool.
Yeah, all of it was filmed in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
I think the best joke for me was when It's obviously not the one when he was flying up and they couldn't hear each other. It was the part when the bus was about to fall, and Billy's like, obviously Billy can just, you know, do something like jump up on the bridge and pull the bus up. But his first thing is like, well, I'm gonna go get this mattress, sit it under the bus, and if you guys fall, you'll fall in this soft mattress. I thought that was funny. I was like,
that was funny.
And then the guy was like, are you serious?
That was funny, except it should have been a younger Billy. If it was a younger Billy, that would have been really hilarious. But like, because he was older, it was like an older kid would know that you can't do that.
My personal funny moment, best joke, whatever you want to call it, was when Billy got left at the carnival. That was pretty funny.
In Philadelphia.
Yes, because just the fact that the mom would do that is just like hilarious. Just like fuck.
See, I misinterpreted this thing, the best Shazam joke. So I figure that I took this more silly. So I figured, like, what is Shazam's favorite flying rodent? It's a bat, son. It's a bat, son.
7.
Get it? Come on.
Yeah. So question number 7 of 33 burning DC questions. Is Bloodsport still scared by rats?
Oh,
no, because he wants to take his hand, remember? So he's all friendly with rats now.
He's not scared of rats no more because Ratcatcher helped him love him. Well, not love him.
Because he wanted to take his hand?
Yeah, he huddled up and all that was happening.
Yeah,
I don't think
she created an opportunity for him to get used to rats. And by the end of it,
he was his father, but that didn't help either.
What do you mean?
The reason he's scared of rats is because his father locked him in like a room, and the rats were constantly biting him. Yeah. So what, you think that one rat is just
Yeah, and that fact is the one thing him and his dad, Peacemaker's dad, bonded over.
Ratcatcher was the one who helped him get used to rats.
How? Yeah. By wanting to have a rat shake.
She was trying to show him. She was pretty much showing him, telling him the good stuff about the rats and stuff.
It's going to require ongoing.
Like, all rats aren't just bad rats.
Yeah.
All rats gotta die. Even Master Splinter.
Yes, Killmonger. Rats are misunderstood, right?
They're just misunderstood. We guys watched the movie, right? You know, something so small, if even that can have purpose.
There is no bad in K-Dot's world. There is nobody bad.
Hey, all rats. People literally have rats as pets. All rats isn't freaking bad. They're not like they just attack you and bite you and stuff.
Have you met a rat?
No.
All the rats I met were street rats. They have tried to defeat.
You go up to street pets and try to pet them?
No.
All the rats I've met are MCU fans.
What I'm saying is, some rats are the common wild rats, and some people have rats.
That's why a rat saves the MCU universe.
Stop it.
Shut up.
Rats and
Rats saves the MCU universe.
Did it happen?
But Killmonger, I'll say he's not scared because he did touch a rat, and he was petting it, so he's not scared.
Nasty.
No, he's not.
I'll never touch a rat. This is nasty. Nasty little bitches.
Oh man. Question number 8. If everyone went, did Mike go?
I'm good. You can. Yes.
I'll ask you this. You know, you're the Superman expert, but I want to know: do the red underoos complete the suit?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
As long as he has the belt. As long as he has the belt, yes.
No, shows off the belt is not a substitute for the briefs.
No. As long as he has the belt with the briefs, then it all works out.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
If it's just the briefs, then no. But with the belt, it looks tight.
Yeah. I have 2 answers to this question. One is like, I don't think it matters. Honestly, I don't think it's an essential characteristic of essential to the character. But at the same time, I do think the embarrassment that people have of the briefs is stupid. It's, you can have Superman without the briefs, fine. But if you're doing it because you think it's embarrassing or somehow that he has them, then I think you've got the problem, not Superman the character.
Boom.
Oh man, I said as I blurted out before. To me, it's about it's about the package, man. It looks more to me. There's always a part of me that I like the '90s sensibilities, you know, because I mean the Superman when the underoos are on the outside, it exemplifies the male sexuality, and I don't care what anybody says. You know, the women want that, the guys want that. We want to show it off. There it is, and all the glory. It adds to the costume. It adds to the mystique. And that's just what it is, because these are creatures of our folklore. We want them to be bigger than who we are.
And
Is that right?
We want them to be bigger than Onzo. No, but
It's not going to happen.
At the same time, though,
Is there something I don't know? Like, what the hell is that about?
I don't know either, but
no, but at the same time, what I'm saying is, you know, I understand that they don't give Batman the briefs, and I understand that if you don't want to give Superman the briefs, but if it's done for the reason of it will make a better film and it will make us it will make the character a little bit more palatable, then fine. But if it's done for the reason that Superman in the briefs is just stupid, then I take exception to that. No, but why is Batman in the briefs? Because Batman has the briefs in the comics.
I just think having briefs outside of your clothes is stupid. Like, that's just... you wouldn't walk outside like that.
That depends on how popular Peacemaker is, because then it'll be white tighty-whities instead of a red under.
I would say it completes the suit, I would say. But then what I did when this question began was I went solo and I was like, look, I'm going to show you guys. And then I realized midway that he's actually wearing... It's like blackish, right?
Mm-hmm. So because it is blackish and there's a little bit of red to the side.
Well, no, I think
I
it's
hadn't noticed
shading.
I would.
It's the shading.
Yeah, it could be the shading.
In the end of
back,
the day,
look at the back of his cape. It's also shaded.
In the end of the day, fucking Christopher Reeves looks epic, right? And I'm just saying, like it. Yes, he does. What are you saying? He doesn't?
I was gonna say originally my answer was yes, the red underoos or the knickers, as your people say it. Yeah, they make the suit, they complete it. Except when I did this, I'm like, wait, it's black, but no, it's just the shading. So yes, my answer is it still stays at yes, they make the suit. And Zack Snyder's little, it wouldn't look the same BS, because let me just pull up this that Mike just made his screen. The red underoos here are like, they look perfect. They look like he's smiling. That's Superman.
It's just weird.
Hey, look.
Extremely.
In the end of the day, I don't think Man of Steel's costume looks bad. I think it looks really good. And I think that you just showed looks really good as well. So it doesn't bother me either way. I just think it depends on what the filmmaker is trying to do, right? Like, what is the filmmaker trying to say? And yes, in certain iterations of Superman, you could say, well, why would he have this underwear over his blue pants? And in The Man of Steel, I can understand that. Even though I don't like the movie, I can understand why he's like, this guy probably wouldn't have red underoos over his Superman costume. You know, so that's how I feel about it. I don't think it matters either way. It's not an essential part of the character.
All right, nerd man. How many Marthas do you know?
I don't know any.
Why'd you say that name?
Why did you say that name?
Well, everybody knows the Martha Stewart. You know
I guess. I would say I know 3, but I wasn't thinking about popular Marthas. So yes,
I know none. I know none. I don't think I've ever known a Martha in my personal life, in my actual life. It's always been on TV or some show, or reading comic books, obviously.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think I know a Martha either.
Jaded, Alonzo, no.
I don't remember.
How many people knew Martha was the name of both Superman and Batman's mother, though?
Not me.
I didn't find out till 2016.
No, I did, but I've been reading for my whole life.
I knew.
I didn't know Superman's mother's name was Martha.
I knew one.
I just knew Batman.
I knew that both Martha was Batman and Superman, so it wasn't like a big revelation for me.
When did they explain? Like, When do they reveal Superman's mother's name is Martha?
She's a big part of the comics, but obviously you're not a comic book fan.
No, I'm not a Superman
You're
fan.
just a fake comic book fan who
Says the fake
and
comic book fan.
that's why
Right.
it's clear. It is clear. You're a fake comic book fan.
So back to the question about Martha's.
I've been longer than most of the people on here have been alive, but no, I'm a fake comic book fan.
Yeah, you're a fake comic book fan.
Mike says he knew one Martha. I hate him with 3. Then we got Martha Stewart.
Martha
counts at 5.
Without asking, what's Flash's mother's
Like
name?
celebrities.
What's Flash's?
What's Wonder Woman's mother's name?
Diana Prince.
Who cares?
Hippolyta.
Because you're a real comic book fan. Okay.
Jaded.
What's Flash's mother's name?
Who cares?
Okay.
Right.
Good. You don't care. What is Spider-Man's mother's name?
Oh shoot.
He was a test
Because you're not a comic book fan. Because you're not a comic book fan.
Wait a
All right.
minute.
You can carry on.
I see. That's how
Say
you
Martha.
rank.
It's Martha.
You can carry on.
Hey, Nerdman's dropping the knowledge on you right now, bro. You better defend yourself.
Nora?
I don't know the
Nora
superhero
is Flashes.
Okay.
Anyway.
Question 10 of 33 burning DC questions with a full panel of me, the Jaded Fanboy, Biggerford Entertainment, Comic Boom, Rogue Comics, Perp Minded, SSJK.Sanctum, and Hot Takes Tuesdays. I want to know what was in Riddler's coffee. I'm sure we're going to get an answer to this.
Drugs.
All right. So this is what he has in his coffee. It's a ball in there with a hologram. It's going to reveal a riddle.
Oh my god.
Be
All
ready,
right.
guys.
I'm going to go with it's just a little bit of almond milk and some cream, just enough cream so you can make a little
One sugar.
Mark. There's one sugar in there, yeah.
I think there's a riddle.
Those kind of answers. Okay.
I think there's a riddle under the coffee.
Well, yeah, sure it is.
Well, that's just what K-Dot said.
I know what
He
the riddle
probably
is.
wrote something on the bottom of the cup in Sharpie.
You just copied K-Dot's answer, though.
No, I genuinely think that they wouldn't put that moment in if there's not more to that moment. If there's not more to that moment, it's kind of silly. Why would the Riddler take the time to put a question mark in his coffee? It's kind of stupid.
Because that's the type of movie you're going to be getting, where that actually.
Sure, and if that's the case, I will call it out on that. But like, honestly, like, yeah, it's cool or whatever in a trailer, but why would you do that? Like,
some people are thinking it's
why wouldn't you do it?
It might be the barista that
riddle.
made the coffee that put the question mark on it. So it might be the barista that is actually the Riddler, not the guy drinking the coffee. You never know.
A bag of Coke, goddamn.
Fair enough.
Because they give you the coffee, because like some coffee shops, if you request it, do like a heart or whatever. So he didn't do that himself. The person who made the coffee did put that question mark in there.
Yeah, but it's kind of stupid, though, isn't it? Really.
It is.
Like, when you think about it, like with the
but based off what Comic Boom said, I mean,
realistic version of the Riddler, where we're gonna do a moment where the Riddler gets caught, but he puts a question mark in his coffee. It's dumb.
But
I don't like that.
Man, if they do it Comic Boom's way, then technically Riddler didn't get arrested, and the person is probably a fake, a goon.
Right.
And the barista is actually Riddler, or it could be another goon.
I refuse to acknowledge the weirdo in the hazmat suit is the Riddler. You never know.
I hope it's what Comic Boom said, because that's interesting.
But just a quick point, though. In comic books, it's been implied at different times that Riddler is actually a cocaine addict. So if you take that to its natural extension, I would think that Riddler puts a lot of caffeine in his coffee. That's another answer to the question. I think he's really high on caffeine.
A guy that does riddles, he's definitely a cokehead. There's no.
But in the end of the day, I hope that this Riddler is more than that, like more than this hazmat suit and whatever. I get that he's doing that because you don't want to leave clues and whatever, and he's making sure that he doesn't leave any stuff around him, but at the same time, that's kind of lame. Like, oh, I'm
Doesn't that feel like something Nolan would do?
Mm-hmm.
It
Or Snyder.
No, but it seems like
it's
edgy.
Coffee. We've had 12 shots, 12 different
Yeah.
angles, slow-mo.
It seems like something that Rogue Comics was saying, like a film student who's like really enamored by Christopher Nolan would do.
Nerdman, read this comment.
Okay. I refuse to acknowledge Nerdman as a comic book fan because he doesn't read Marvel. I read loads of Marvel. I read mainly the X-Men because they're the only good characters.
Really? What's Wolverine's mother's name?
Marvel. Daredevil and X-Men are the only good characters.
What's Wolverine's mother's name, Nerdman?
It's Sasha.
Apparently you don't read, so you don't read comic books. You're not okay.
Very common Canadian mother's name, Sasha. Right.
No, because their mother doesn't matter. Their mother doesn't matter. Wolverine's mother doesn't matter. Like the DC characters, which actually, their mother, their father, and their family actually makes who the hero is.
Okay, keeping it mother related is how did Diana know about what the mother boxes do? Because when I watched that Snyder cut, I just recently watched it 3 days ago, by the way, but when I did, she was like, when the people came ages ago, man, Atlanteans, everyone joined, and we saw these mother boxes, and these mother boxes have the ability to create, and so that's why we divided them. I'm like, when did the villains come here and tell you what these mother boxes did?
Wait a second. You watched the Snyder cut a few days ago?
Just a few days ago. I watched the Whedon version maybe 3 years ago, but the Snyder cut, yep, just a couple days ago.
Did you like it?
Yeah, 7 out of 10.
Thank you.
To answer the question,
I said the same thing.
You're really enabling these fools. You know that, Chill, right?
It was quality. It was 4 hours, but it did not drag because I kept getting content.
Exactly.
Drag.
Whoa, wait.
It didn't.
That first chapter did not drag for you.
Hey,
4 hours.
Be a Canadian thing, because let me tell you something.
Hey, Rogue Comics, read it and fucking weep. The biggest
wait a minute, though.
The biggest MCU fan
yes
was like, yes, it was good.
But I didn't know how Diana knew about the mother boxes, though. So it's not like it's a perfect movie.
I have an answer. It's in the movie.
Okay.
Well, she finds out in the film. She didn't know prior to. So when her mom sends that arrow in that long sequence, shoots the arrow.
Oh, it was on the arrow? She read it off the arrow?
No.
All the arrow was supposed to say was that we've been trespassed. That's all that thing.
No. But it was she imbued a messaging and stuff. I'm not magical dumb shit. But once the arrow went to the place where went to
read the wall,
that's where she found out the origin of the mother box and stuff.
Yeah, it was on the wall. There was a picture. The story was also told, I think, on the walls where she went to the Greek pantheon there with the arrow that the
Pickles
fire.
got it right.
And so it was sort of implied on the wall. Plus, you can also infer that Hippolyta, her mother, told her the story when she was a young girl, and Hippolyta was told by the gods themselves prior to their initial battle with Darkseid that. So you can kind of read in.
Okay, so mother boxes were a thing. It's not like the first time we ever seen a mother box was when they attacked.
That's right.
Because in the past, knew.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
If you like DC, find these apologists at their channels, Comic Boom and SSJK.sanctum.
Hey,
right,
look, I'm just saying. Look, I mean, I like the Snyder Cut, but it was explained in the movie how she knows. I mean, they showed.
No, it wasn't.
Okay. It was explained.
It was explained. She read the wall.
She read the script.
She read the script. It literally tells her what's going on. It's in the movie.
It's just in the movie. There's no explanation behind it.
All right.
All she sees is an engraving of 3 boxes. And it's like, oh, I now know how it all works.
Jaded, they only showed a part of the wall. They didn't show the full wall. She obviously.
Oh, they didn't show the part of the wall where it's just a giant line of text.
Oh my god! Look, I'm not even going to go into it. Look, it's very, very simple. It's very, very simple in the movie. She knows that shit because she's old. right? And like it's
That's not
talking about
nice.
the old Greek gods and the old Greek myths, and because she's old, she knows how fucking dark side connects.
Why? She doesn't even know she's the god killer. She doesn't even know she was the god killer.
She was a god killer. Dude, it's that simple. If you want to accept it, you accept it. If you don't want to accept it, you don't accept it. She knows that shit because she's an older superhero. That's it.
Jada,
Mads, we're going with your answer.
Literally, her mom could have told her,
That's it.
and it's obvious she read it on the wall.
So Nerdman's excuse for it is because I said so. There you go. You either accept it or you don't.
It's not.
No.
Wait, Jada, look, I like Jada, but that's not plot convenience. The movie tells you. You're literally denying what the movie's telling you.
Guys, there wasn't enough time to have Prince Diana being told because we needed
only had 4 hours.
We needed to see Bruce Wayne ride a horse
She
over
couldn't
13
be
mountains.
told because there's no
We needed to
demonstration.
see Bruce
Yeah.
Wayne ride a
Kata.
horse over 13 mountains.
Kata.
So there was no
Kata,
time.
don't
to
argue
actually
with
put it in the
don't
movie.
argue with Jada. Jada needs every detail handwritten and perfectly played out in the movie for
I don't
you
even like
to say
that
it
much.
right. So don't even
Obviously,
argue with me on
they
that.
show how to explain. I'm just saying.
Right.
Well,
because
I would usually-
you've got my son.
We've gone way off track where everyone's talking over everybody.
You've got my son actually justifying this movie because you're so full of shit. Fucking Jamie. Dude, she's
right.
old. She's
old.
She's 2,000 years old or whatever. And obviously her mother has told her about this fucking myth. That's it. That's the reason. Her mother's told her about the myth.
AKA plot convenience.
Question number 12. Would Henry Cavill would Henry Cavill throw shade at the new Superman actor?
I mean, no, I don't think so. That'd be kind of dumb for him to do.
Yeah, he wants to work with.
You mean privately or publicly?
No, publicly. Like if they do an interview with him, would he ever allude to, you know, I had more movie in me, and you know, I don't know. We'll see if this guy can live up to it. You know, will he do a little dig like that? Boom, you're saying no?
I mean, I never seen him disrespect anybody publicly. Yeah. So
he's been very respectful. And plus he knows. I mean, don't kid yourselves. These actors know. I think they're familiar with the DC universe. They're advised on it. He knows about the DC Omniverse. We have a multiverse now. We're having a Black Superman, and we have that apparently movie is being made with Calvin Ellis from the President Superman from Earth 23. There's also the other Superman from Earth, another one from Earth 2. What's his name? Val Zod. So the DC movie plate is, I think, expanding, and Henry Cavill would only be shooting himself in the foot if he was to in any way, shape, or form badmouth other potential mantles of Superman, because people love Henry Cavill. They love him. So I mean, it's just like, you know, why he would shoot himself in the foot. That would be a very foolish thing for him to do. This isn't going to be like a Ray Fisher scenario where there's bad blood like between Ray Fisher and Jeff Johns. And, you know, Henry Cavill, I think, hopefully can learn from that experience. Even if Henry Cavill does feel bad or has some negative opinion, I'm sure he's smart enough to keep it to himself.
Like I said, publicly.
I want to say one thing, that Henry Cavill, even he, are like, this goes out to the Snyder fans right now. So I'm pissing off everyone. Henry Cavill said like about like the Snyder's plans for Justice League 2. He said he needs for Superman to be the good Superman, to be the Superman we all know and love, before you go on to Superman being you know, like taken over. No, by being taken over by the anti-life equation, right? Like being the kind of injustice Superman. He said, no, you need Superman to be Superman first, like a proper Superman, before you go on to that. So even Henry Cavill has said that, just for the Snyder fans. This, like, his Superman has been done the greatest disservice. He actually could be a really, really good Superman, but he hasn't been yet. You've just seen like little shades of that in both Zack Snyder's Justice League and the Whedon version. This guy could be a really good Superman, and you just need to let him do that. That's all I've got to say.
And Anzo, I want to know. What the question was: would Henry Cavill throw a little bit of shade at the new actor?
I don't think so.
It'd be unprofessional.
I don't see Henry Cavill as that type of person, but I don't really watch his interviews or anything like that. But just in general, I don't think he would throw shade.
Like Comic Boom was saying, like especially if it's a new actor who's black, or someone who's not white, or even the female version of Supergirl or something, it's like you don't want that attention. That's just bad publicity on yourself.
Absolutely.
Unless he gets fired, then he'll throw shade.
Well, there's a problem with his Superman that is not his fault, and maybe he might want to raise some questions about that, but I don't think he will. But again, it's like he was there. He was right there as the Superman we all want from Zack Snyder's Justice League, and even Josh Whedon's Justice League, to just go on from there and be like a great Superman. And he just needs to, I don't know.
Mike, question is, would Henry Cavill throw shade at the new Superman actor?
Doesn't Mike got a customer right now?
Mike's got a customer. Everyone. Mike is store owner of Rogue Comics, and when he doesn't answer our questions, it's because he's busy with a customer. And we appreciate the time he gives with us. And he's probably got us live in his store. He does that sometimes, where he plays us. So we're out here in Connecticut, the Constitution State. Thank you everyone for checking out Chillmonger, the YouTube channel. Question number.
I got a question. Is it established that there is going to be a new actor?
No, but if he did.
Oh, if there was. Okay.
There were rumors about a black.
Yeah, I know
there's
rumors. I wasn't sure if anything was actually confirmed.
I mean, it's something going to be a new actor because Henry Cavill wants more money. There's going to be a new actor.
That's all it comes down to is money.
Or is it going up on IP? Or is it the wrong actor? Sorry.
And question 13 of 33 burning DC questions. Did you like the Suicide Squad's the words that were on the screen? You remember how whenever they're at a place, the camera would shoot it from an angle, and then you would move, and all of a sudden it was just a whole bunch of rubbish. That's
like I said, mission get Operation Get Harley. Oh yeah, I love that.
Like that. I love it.
I loved it too.
I liked it. It was well done. It fit the tone and the humor of the movie, I thought.
All right.
So did
like comic with like the pop-ups and stuff. I mean, I'm not saying it's like comics go like kapow and all that stuff, but like comics do that.
It was cool. Yeah.
Of what the place is. So yeah.
That's 5 yeses. Onzo, Boom, K, me, and Perp. 5 of us say yes. I'm gonna ask Jaded Fanboy.
I have to remember. I have to see because I don't remember what you're referencing.
Okay, that's not a no. Nerdman.
No, I don't remember it.
Nerdman, you can sweep. Is this a sick part of the movie? The Suicide Squad, James Gunn's cinematography. How was it? He didn't say no.
Drum roll.
That's a sign.
Chillmonger real fast, just so we can get an answer from Jaded. Share my screen so I can show him exactly what we're talking about.
That'd be great.
Wait. All right, bring it up now. Got it. This right here, when you have pop-ups come up.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Like when it just has that kind of writing on it. Oh no, that's fine. It was okay.
Like you've seen it throughout the movie. There's a scene where they're on the rooftop, and then they show like a little background scene, and in the background it says "Save Harley Quinn" or something like that.
Oh yeah, no, that was cool. I thought that was good.
It was very stylish.
It
made it seem like each time they did it, it was a new issue of a comic.
Yeah, I liked it.
All right. Question 14 of 33 burning DC questions. Is it too much fan service if Peacemaker appears in Black Adam? You don't understand where this question is coming from? It's because that's John Cena and The Rock. Rocky?
I doubt he. I mean, There is a character he already said will be it, but I heavily doubt it's Peacemaker. I mean, he could pop up for like a cameo, but if he does show a cameo,
there's no belt involved, so there's no reason for John Cena to whine about it. So I see no reason for them to, you know.
I think it would be very difficult. It's very difficult, I think, for Peacemaker to be in the Black Adam movie, and I think it would be a strategic error for him to do so. I think Black Adam. I think that the DC cinematic universe, and I don't want to get off on a tangent here, but I think it needs to it needs to get on a better path. It needs to get away from the Snyderverse, and I think it's doing that. And quite frankly, Black Adam, Dwayne Johnson is the way to do that. Peacemaker, he's got enough love with the show. We don't need him in the Black Adam movie. I want Black Adam to be a character in and of. He needs to make this movie himself. I hope this movie is not about Dwayne Johnson. I hope it's a Black Adam movie. I hope it gets popular because of Black Adam, not because of Dwayne Johnson. If this is because I want Black Adam and the Hawkman and all the other characters that are going to be in this movie, they need to shine, and then the DC universe can move forward on a new path, and my fingers are crossed that'll happen.
Peacemaker will make an appearance, but Black Adam won't see him. That'll be funny too. Depends how they do it. I think like there's room for this. I want maybe to look at a picture of this guy. Who's this? Fruity Pebble. You know, okay, maybe that's a poor example, but he could work it in. And it would be proper fan service if they could do it correctly. Who didn't go yet is too much fan service.
I don't think it would be too much fan service. I would be interesting to see, but I actually don't think they're going to do it either. It would be very interesting, though.
Damn.
I think it'd be too much. I would just be like, that these two should not like cross paths. Even though, people's like, oh, it's Rock and John Cena. No, like I said earlier, like a better fan service would have been like make Hulk Hogan Peacemaker's father or some shit. That'd just be hilarious. But
only problem with that is Hulk Hogan can't act for anything. You know what I mean? Like he just can't act.
No, that's purpose saying he wouldn't be acting. Are you aware of like? There's like a racist thing that Hulk Hogan had from like 2000.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I remember that.
I will say this, that I don't like one of the things that I think is a problem with both DC and Marvel movies is thinking that necessarily these movies are action movies. And I don't think they are action movies necessarily. It depends on the character. And so comic book movies, for them to really evolve and be better, they have to go beyond just thinking, oh, it has to be some action movie spectacular. It can be something else. If the character warrants that. If the character warrants it being something different, then let it be that. And that's all I have to say about that. It's like, there are certain characters where it should be an action movie. Certain characters where it doesn't necessarily have to be. It could be just a detective movie, or it could be, something else.
But aren't they already doing that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're not just superhero movies. Like, some of them are like spy movies. You know what I mean?
Like
Winter Soldier.
Ant-Man's a heist film. Black
Widow. Right.
But they're action movies in the end.
There wasn't very much action in Ant-Man except for that little one fight scene. But that's typical in any movie of that type.
Mm-hmm.
The 15th question over here is, what compensation should the actors get for Snyder Cut? That movie came out on streaming, right? So if that's the case, there's no box office payout or percentage that they're entitled to, but it is a brand new film. It's a brand new source of revenue. I think that this is such a new sort of territory we're entering from a legal standpoint, and boom, I guess you would be the guy to speak on that. But I feel like they definitely do not have any case to any entitlement to any sort of money off of the Snyder Cut being released on HBO Max.
It's like,
you got to remember that you don't get what you're worth, you get what you negotiate, right? So I mean that's the answer to this question, and I don't know the answer to this question because I don't know what the actors negotiated for the Snyder Cut, but a lot of the filming was already done, so they just had to film. I don't know, they had to film a handful of additional scenes to complete it, but most of the filming was already done. In other words, most of it was already paid for. So I question whether or not they even needed to negotiate certain aspects of it, because I think Warner Brothers had the right to use that film as they so chose anyway, but it was the additional scenes that they had to film to make it fit, where the actors could have maybe got their agents and their best lawyers involved. I would love to know the answer to this question, because rumor has it, what was it, a $70 million extra, like it cost $70 million?
I heard
That's
$70
a lot of
million.
money. How much of that $70 million went to the actors? I don't know the answer to that question, but I'd be really curious.
Well, then the question is, what should the actors get out of that $70 million?
Did any of them negotiate for back end or points?
I don't know.
No. Well, this is
one of them negotiated for points, then there's nothing to compensate for because they got paid and they got paid. They're good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they all got paid back in 2017. Was not for the movie they wanted to be in, but they got paid back in 2017. They're probably still getting paid off for that movie if people are buying Blu-rays and stuff and all that or whatever. But even Zack Snyder, all the money Zack Snyder was possibly going to get from this, he's donating it all to his little suicide prevention organization that he is associated with. So I don't know if he's taking some money, but majority of it, he said, is going to the suicide prevention stuff.
I just want to know what compensation I'm going to get for having wasted 4 hours of my life watching that goddamn movie.
Shut up.
Nerdman, you want to touch on this?
But I don't think they should get any. They already got paid.
It's a deluxe edition. It's a deluxe edition. It's like
Well, they could also get compensated for Blu-ray sales or something like that. Like they could have.
Yeah.
What they lost from it being on a streaming service, they could probably go, well, we want to make up for it with DVD sales, so to speak, or merch sales or something. But again, it depends on how good their managers are.
Well, there were some scenes that were reshot for it, right? So they got paid for sure, but the rest of the actors probably didn't get anything extra.
Yeah, I think they shouldn't get anything extra for a film that just uses material that you filmed a couple years ago. You're not doing any extra work, and then for the extra work that they came and did, I'm sure they did get paid for that. So I don't know. You get what you negotiate, and I'm pretty happy with that. Right, Nerdman? Right. Thank you, Nerdman. Question 16 of 33 Burning DC questions is: the skin color of Commissioner Gordan, is it essential to his character? Onzo, you are the most you're the opinionated guy on this. So Onzo of the YouTube channel Biggerford Entertainment, the skin color of Commissioner Gordan essential to the character?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It doesn't define who he is, and I say that there's a lot of characters out there that you can say that for. So for me, no, it doesn't matter if he's black or white. As long as he plays it like Commissioner Gordan should play it, or like a Commissioner Gordan should be, doesn't matter.
I forget the movie, but on the old Batman movie, wasn't Billy D. Williams Commissioner Gordan?
No, he was Harvey Dent.
Billy D. Williams was Harvey Dent, so it's like it doesn't really matter.
Michael Clark Duncan was Kingpin.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's just answering a question that is not being asked. The question is the skin color of Commissioner Gordan essential to his character?
No.
And K-Dot?
No, I mean, nobody's skin colors. His skin color is not essential to his character, but in my opinion, if a character is drawn a certain way, they're made that way, and if you're going to adapt them, this is my thing. For me,
this is your thing. You're talking bullshit, basically. That's your thing.
No, hear me out.
Let him go. There's no way Commissioner.
For me, no. For me, because this thing is, a lot of people do this. They will. If for something's being adapted, a lot of people will say, "Oh, as long as you act good, that's okay." But we forget, if you're adapting something, you need to look and act like the character, And for me, if you fulfill both, I'm good. Like, you did this excellent all around. But people, one part fulfilled when we should be fulfilling everything that needs to be done with this character. If you're adapting it, if it's a new character like fresh, it's not adapted off of anything.
Look,
you can do whatever you want with the character.
Commissioner Gordan, it does not matter what fucking color he is. It really doesn't. There's nothing in the character that matters. Like, and if there's a if you're there, you're like there casting for this character, and some guy comes along and he looks no, not the same thing.
Good comeback.
Not the same thing. Not the same thing. Because there are so many. Dude, I've got an answer back for that. In a way beyond future, right? Where you have as many Black, Asian, whatever, who deserve to be in the roles of like characters who were written white in traditionally. In a way future, like where that happens, fine. I don't give a shit if a fucking Black character originally in the comics is white. But unfortunately, we live in a situation where most 99% of people in films and television are fucking white. So taking a Black character and making them white, or taking an Asian character and making them white, that's a problem because there's not so many. But if in future,
there's a bunch of foreign Asian films that starring Asian people.
But here I'll say this, K-Dot.
There's a lot of Asian movies. But here I'll say Asian cast everything. There's a lot.
I'll say this.
Nobody doesn't check those out.
If they made,
I check them out.
For Cyborg, being Black is not a main part of his character. So if they were to make him white, it wouldn't change it. It wouldn't change.
But if Anzo, you're more consistent with that's because I remember one time you said if they made Jax white, you'd be okay with it.
If they made
you're more consistent with it. You because I remember one time you said if they made Jax white, you'd be okay with it because you're more consistent about this topic. When it comes, this is my thing. This might nobody. I'm okay with them doing skin color swaps, but nobody is consistent with it. They pick and choose. You know, they pick and choose. They're not consistent with this stuff. They're so flip flop with it.
Phil Pickle, we'll do the math. We will do the math. Okay.
So Pickle says here. Let me read Pickle. Let me read everything. I'll get to you after. He says no because the question was, is Commissioner Gordan's skin color essential to the character? He says no. He can be any race because he's just a regular dude in the police force. His race isn't connected to who he is. And then he says, I think he has an iconic look with the red hair and glasses, but I don't mind them changing it. We've already gotten multiple comic accurate Gordons on screen. I feel like saying all of that. Well, what? Go ahead.
Pickle's a good boy. I know that Pickle isn't. I know he's trying to. Like,
you just complimented him and he calls you a fool.
Yeah, wait. Let me make this clear.
I don't know. But in any case, Pickle's a good boy. I know that he's not trying to he's trying to come from a point where he's like, devil's advocate or whatever. But I know he knows what I'm talking about. 99% of fucking movies that come out in Hollywood are about fucking white men.
Yes, you're identifying a problem, but your solution to the problem of the race swap isn't something not just yours, but everyone else's. I disagree with. Is it essential to the character? Yes. You know why? Because the artist who drew him that way made him that way. And then secondly, the skin color of a law enforcement definitely
see me
matters.
Changing my skin color.
But you see, the thing about saying the artist drew him that way. At that point, when these guys were drawn, they weren't really making Black characters.
You're pointing out a problem, which I definitely agree is an issue. However, if you want Black representation on screen, there are enough Black characters now that you can easily make a hardware movie.
Yeah, I know, but here's the problem. Here's the problem with that argument. The Black characters that are out now, you can do that in the MCU because they've built up enough.
Right.
And this is a good thing about the MCU, which I will commend them on. They've built up a level of capital with the fans where you can bring out a black character, and it doesn't matter as long as it's got MCU on the name. People will be like, "Oh, I'm interested in that."
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in general, the IPs across different, production companies or whatever, they don't have that capital. They don't have the MCU capital where like it's okay, it's MCU, so we'll trust them.
And I got a perfect example for you. At DC Fandom, right? They announced those black comic books. I can't remember what they were called. They announced that they were making a cartoon for them, and after DC Fandom, you didn't hear no talk about it whatsoever. Milestone, yeah. They said they were making cartoons or whatever, and no one talked about that. Nobody talked about that. After DC Fandom,
that's the thing. At least they put it out there.
Yeah, I agree.
But they put it out there. They at least marketed it.
No, I agree with you 100%. And then if it picks up,
market none of it.
And if it picks up, if it's good and it picks up, then yeah, maybe they'll start doing more stuff, original stuff. But right now, the reason why they're not doing that is because it's not guaranteed that it's going to make them money.
And if you want to read some milestone comic books and hear someone talk about them, Comic Boom is the channel for you. He and the Comic Source every single week. Who's knocking?
No idea.
Sorry, it was me. It was me.
Can I make something clear? I just want to make something clear, sir. Look, you guys, I am fine with a black Commissioner Gordan as long as he acts well, solid. But for me, I'm not going to look at him and say, "Yo, 100% perfect Commissioner Gordan casting," because it's not. You can act like him, but you don't look like him. If you look and act like him, and you get everything right, you're 100% solid at it. Not saying he's gonna be bad. It's like Jason Momoa. He doesn't look shit like Aquaman, but he looks good in the suit. He did somewhat of a good job. But I'm not gonna be these people that go out here like Jason Momoa can never be Aquaman. Fire him, get rid of him. He needs to be a white man. I mean, that's not me. I'm okay with it. It's just that I got to be a little bit more consistent with it. With like, I'm not with it.
You're against race swapping, but it's bullshit.
Yeah,
dude. Like, how much have we added? Think of Dwayne McDuffie. Dwayne McDuffie made, for a certain generation, the Justice League so fucking great, and like people, the Justice League is something that people actually continue to love because of Dwayne McDuffie. That's true. That's not like made up bullshit. Like, you can say that, oh, Superman, everyone loves Superman, everyone loves fucking Batman. That is not necessarily true. It's generation by generation, something comes out that people love the story of so much that the legacy of these characters continues. Dwayne McDuffie did that for a generation with the Justice League, right?
Mm-hmm.
So black people and fucking Asian, dude, the amount of Asian people who have drawn these characters in a way that fucking people love is just incredible, right? You talk about Jim Lee, right? Jim Lee, for instance,
artist,
right?
As an actor.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. The artists, we have added to the legacy of these fucking characters. We deserve to be part of this fucking celebration. And there's
the way that you deserve to be involved in a celebration is being present on screen, right? We agree with that. I just don't think that the race swap is the way that you get them on screen. I feel that the centered, focused movie on you is the way to get you on screen.
No,
what's going to happen when I open a comic? Let me go. When you open up a comic book and you go, I love Commissioner Gordan in the movies, and I'm going to check this out, and I go, he's white? What the hell is that? I don't want my black representation in white. I want my black representation in black.
Yeah, no, okay, dude. Who's the best character in the Batman? Batman. Okay, so I would say Joker, but Joker or Batman. You could say Joker or Batman, right?
Okay.
Now, are you trying to tell me that there's not a person out there who's black who could play fucking Joker in a really, really cool way that probably even surpasses.
I mean,
some of
there
the-
is, but Joker has.
Why not give them a chance? Why not give them a chance?
Joker has paint on his face. I don't care who plays
white.
him.
Bullshit. If somebody came out, no. Jaded. If somebody came out who was black, if they did like a casting and there was like a black Joker, all of a sudden.
Yeah. People would lose their mind.
People would lose their minds.
Yeah.
People would lose
in the
their
comic
fucking
books.
minds.
Is Joker white, like outside of the paint? Do we ever see him without paint and we know he's a white man?
Yeah.
Yes.
They don't give a shit about that.
Okay.
Yes.
Then never mind. Then yes, I would say cast a white man because
in the Killing Joke, they show him without his makeup.
I just think in this.
We actually do have a black Joker. I'm gonna give you an example.
Is not a
of the wrong way to do it. This is the wrong way to do. If you're gonna black
CW shit,
way to do it. Look at this. This is Batwoman's Black Joker. This is how they do Black Joker.
Yeah, but that's
just give him
bullshit.
purple
I don't
hair.
care. No,
that's not Joker. This is CW's Black Joker.
Sure.
This is bad.
I'm not talking about.
And it's not because he's black.
I'm not
talking
about
Joker.
that. I'm not talking about some SJW. I'm talking about who would be the best for the job. Is there a black guy out there? Like, I can tell you straight away. Like, the guy from Oz.
The most qualified person for the job should do the job.
Well,
One of the qualifications is looking like the character, whether that means skin color or size of weight or height, looking like characters. It's not hateful to say that, and that's that. I want to read what Pickle said because it was kind of relevant.
And then I just want one more thing to say.
All right, then I'll move into question 17. It's a predominantly white country, so there will be predominantly white movies. Yeah, but not the balance. Well, listen to what Brie Larson said. It's just not equal to the. Anyways, that's like saying there isn't enough white representation in Asia. Asian movies star mostly Asian actors.
No, wait. In the 50s, if you had made a black superhero in the 50s, you would have been part of the
exploitation or some shit.
No. Even worse than that. There was the McCarthy trials, right? So at that point, there was a FBI agent or whatever, McCarthy, who basically was going after people, saying no matter what, like even if they did like a small thing, you must be a communist, you must be a communist betrayer or whatever. And that's why they had the comic codes, like
it's the comic code that would have stopped them from having black characters, not the McCarthy thing. It would have been the comic code.
That was a little bit after the McCarthy.
I'm pretty sure would have been a little bit racist in regards to that.
Yeah, the McCarthy thing was a little bit after, but the comic codes was like before, and then it went into the McCarthy thing. Like they were literally going after people who did anything that they thought was like even a tiny bit subversive, and saying, "Hey, you're communist," and they would destroy their fucking careers. They would absolutely destroy their careers. So they couldn't, even if somebody had the best intentions possible and wanted to make black characters, female characters, gay characters, they couldn't do it at that time. So that's why you have so many fucking overwhelmingly white characters.
Yep, and that was a very long time ago, and now there are plenty of black characters like Icon and Rocket, and all of the characters that you can see Comic Boom review on his YouTube channel, which he does every single week.
All right,
Static,
I'll leave it.
Hardware. And Anzo, you were saying?
Yeah, I was gonna say, you see, the thing for me is a lot of people complain at first, like, "Oh, you're race bending," but then when it's done right, there's crickets. You know, the ancient one was race bent. You don't hear nobody talk about that anymore. Michael Clark Duncan was race bent, and because he was race bent, they don't say anything.
Bane in Batman, The Dark Knight Rises, was race bent,
and nobody
says any shit.
So when it's done right, people will forget about that and be like, just as long as you have the character that's good.
When it's done right, nobody cares a shit.
Well,
and I'm sorry to say this.
Question 17.
That is true.
This should have nothing to do with racism. Can you say something nice about Peacemakers, Dad?
Absolutely not.
He's committed. He's committed.
He's committed. That's right.
He's a racist.
Oh,
No, the
He's still,
actor's good.
he still kind of loves his son. He still kind of loves his son. Just
No,
a
he
little.
doesn't.
he's a lover. He's
No,
committed.
He looks at his son as a rat. Like, yo, he like downed me out.
No.
He put me in jail.
I look at it like this. Like, even though there's a lot of parents that kind of it's a weird thing. There's actual parents out there that will kind of treat their kids like shit, but they still have some weird love for them. It's so weird. It's
Shameless.
like this. I got the prime example. I got the prime example. There's
Uh-huh.
dudes out there that beat their wives, but in their head they believe they still love them. It's weird.
Yeah.
But
With Peacemaker's dad, he still again, I only saw the first episode, but even in the first episode, he was still giving him equipment. Like he did he give him he gave him the new helmet, right? So he's still providing for his son. I mean,
right.
He's not totally abandoning him.
Sorry,
I want to stop the panel because the colorist of this comic book over here, the Black Panther, Federico Blee, has just joined the channel. Just want to say hello to you, sir. We're doing 33 burning MCU, or really 33 burning DC questions, and question 17 was, can you say something nice about Peacemaker's dad? You were saying, Nerdman?
I just wanted to get rid of the thing so I can know everybody's name.
Go ahead.
So Comic Boom. I'm curious as to your opinions on like certain things, because you stay silent during them. I'm curious as to your opinions on certain things.
Just because he's not as talkative as everyone else is being doesn't mean he's staying silent. He answers every question adequately.
I know he has.
Time sensitive.
But what was the question in this one?
Can you say something nice about Peacemaker's dad?
I think it's a really good performance for the most part. The guy who's playing his dad, and yeah, he's the most intriguing thing about the show. Like, I want to know what he's about.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah, why he's evil.
Well, he's clearly very intelligent. He's got a secret room filled with weapons. He has to be intelligent. He has to have some knowledge of science, of how to build construct guns. I mean, he seems to have some military background. He seems to command some leadership and some respect of peers, albeit they're pieces of human garbage because they're all a bunch of racists or whatever. You know, I mean, they're not obviously they're a bunch of evil people. But I mean, clearly he must have some of those traits that maybe result in good leadership, but unfortunately he's just happens to be scum and evil. And whether we like it or not, I mean, evil people sometimes have traits that we could maybe admire, but we would just use them differently for good instead of evil. So
yeah, see, it's not that hard, Perp. There's so many of these redeemable qualities, Perp. You want to give us a thing that you can say nice?
One thing that just like about his dad is just like, what kind of door was that the fuck did they like? It was like some type of like portal or whatever. But anyways,
they walked into another dimension. It was so weird.
I wouldn't say necessarily he's intriguing because nobody that's racist, like he's just, that's all that is, like he's just flat out racist. So it's just like there's nothing really intriguing about that to me. But
no, I think that's an intriguing thing about somebody.
Depending on how they write it,
like how did they become that? Is the interesting thing for me. I mean,
because his daddy was a racist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure, it's generational, but that's still interesting. It's not.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's good to learn from, because we can see mistakes from the past and we can apply it to today.
Yeah, I actually really like his character more than most of the characters in Peacemaker, because it's just not some dumb, like, oh, we're just gonna do some dumb joke and blah blah blah. It's actually a character study of somebody who goes down this dark path.
I think it's interesting because it makes Peacemaker more interesting, because this is really about Peacemaker's hero's journey. And now I know Peacemaker is not necessarily a hero, but he's on a journey of some kind, and let's assume Peacemaker's on a hero's journey. One of the obstacles of the hero's journey that Peacemaker's on was created by his father. It was the mindset and the poisoning of his mind by his father. And that's the obstacle that Peacemaker has to overcome. And that obstacle is magnified by focusing on just how bad the father is. And so that's part of the journey that we as the viewers, I think, are being taken upon, and that James Gunn wants us to focus on. And I think it works well. And James Gunn is managing to do something that I'm amazed by. He's actually putting some humor in it, while at the same time making us realize that Peacemaker's father is a jerk and an asshole, pardon my language. But at the same time, I think it humanizes Peacemaker, because as much as I didn't like Peacemaker, and I love to hate the bastard, but I got to admit, it's working for me in the first 3 episodes.
I know, and I would actually mirror what you're saying, and say something else. Is that I actually think that Peacemaker himself as a character doesn't really chart well with this particular dad, but at the same time, you're like watching the father. You're like, this is the kind of heroism that existed like before, that was unchallenged. Like, this kind of heroism existed in the 50s, the 60s, and whatever, and it was unchallenged. And that, for me, is the interesting part of the story. Now we look back at that heroism from the 50s and 60s, and we think, oh wow, these guys had a lot of problems, right? By a modern standard, but like actually, going to that, I don't know how you put it, like the generational kind of thing where like, oh, Peacemaker is his kid and he was raised by this guy, is actually interesting. But the problem is that Peacemaker's so stupid as a character, and he's so ridiculous that you can't take anything that he does like seriously or whatever. But at the same time, I'm like, that's interesting. How do you get from this? And then also, this is about challenging the heroism that we had in the 50s and 60s, right? Like, we just went about it like kind of in this naive sense, but when you think about it, it was kind of like racist. There was sexism involved in this kind of heroism. Like, what do we think about it now? So,
well, Kata, what were you gonna say 10 minutes ago?
Just it was bounced off a comic boom. I have a little theory about that little room that's created. I don't 100% believe that White Dragon made that. I have a theory because it's, in the comics, Ted Kord and Peacemaker, have a relationship. Sometimes they link up and stuff. He has a relationship with Beetle. I'm thinking Ted Kord is a big reason of why that room is the way it is. Because I 100% do not believe that the White Dragon, not saying he's not competent to do anything, but you need some money. They look like some space age stuff in there. Like, it looked like a whole different dimension when he
that door didn't open up normally, like a normal door.
Right, like it looked like he stepped to another dimension. Yeah, because it's like, where's the rest of that house? Because
like a fourth dimension.
And also, like, I really hope that, like, Comic Boom was saying, that they don't go away from the fact that, like, his dad is actually pretty smart and his dad is a scientist, because this is the thing. Not all fucking people who have dumb ideas about the world, like dumb racist ideas about the world, are necessarily like idiots in terms of their intellect. They can be super smart and have these ideas, these terrible ideas.
Okay.
So
next two questions here. I know Boom, we're running against the clock here. But
don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. I got to leave at 1:45, but don't worry about me. I'm enjoying this. I mean, I get it. We got a lot of people, a lot of opinions here. It's all good. I'm just glad to be on here. I'm really enjoying this. I don't get to do this very much. So.
One of us is a little more long-winded than the rest of us on the panel, but
it's all good. It's all good.
The 7th or the 18th
Jaded
question.
fanboy, right? Oh.
I want to know, Nerdman. We'll start with you. Either or, okay? Which is more likely, release the Ayer cut or restore the Snyderverse?
Has the Snyderverse been released?
No, if you restore it, as if like
no, but has it been released already? I thought we're still on the release the Snyder cut. Like,
that happened.
Oh, it happened. Okay. I don't think any. I don't think any of them are going to happen.
Jaded, which is more likely, an Ayer cut of Suicide Squad, or restoring the Snyderverse? You're getting some clues over here on the side of your screen.
Both of those are delusional. I don't even know what.
We're not even entertaining it.
What is more likely, MSK getting laid or MSK going on a date? I mean, it's like,
let's not slander other YouTubers.
Come on, I got an answer for you.
Thank you.
I got an answer. What's more likely is the quicker way to make money on the fly real quick. The Ayer cut. It's just extra 40 minutes. Yeah. Just put on HBO Max. Boom. Your Snyderverse is a whole like idea of a whole universe of future films to do. That's very different than just taking an already kind of finished movie, putting it on a streaming service, and just making a quick buck real quick. So
I don't think
none of it will be released, but the Ayer cut is more likely than a Snyder.
I actually
unless
think
Warner Brothers gets sold, it's definitely the Ayer cut.
Yeah.
Well, no, I actually think the Snyderverse, unfortunately, is going to come to fruition because no, this is the only reason. Because
don't speak that into existence.
Because Warner Brothers doesn't know what they're doing, and it's so easy. Like at the moment, right? Like at this very moment, it will be so easy to just continue the DCU or the DC universe, but for some strange reason. Warner Brothers wants to make it harder for themselves, and they're going to make it harder for themselves, and they're going to find that they aren't going to make money.
Well, let me give you a counterpoint on that.
And then they're going to be like, oh, we've got to do the Snyderverse again.
Well, here's the counterpoint to that. With the Flashpoint movie coming out, it's quite possible that we might get an amalgamation of the Snyderverse and a new verse, a new universe. I think that with Flashpoint coming out, the universe or the multiverse is going to be shifted in some way. That because right now we still got Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, we still have Jason Momoa as Aquaman, and those are Aquaman anyway is $1 billion franchise. Wonder Woman is basically beloved, and so I really think it's possible that we could get a combination of some of the better aspects of the Snyderverse with something new to allow us to move forward without worrying about continuity in the movieverse in a way that's not going to upset too many fans.
And after
people in DC worry about continuity. You hear that answer? It's in those sentences. And I can guess by the way that Anzo and by the way that Perp answered, it's definitely the Ayer cut more likely.
Yes.
Hold on, go ahead, Perp.
I just don't think we should even try to speak this shit into existence or in any shape or form because that shit is real. That shit is real.
And Mike says,
"You gotta be careful what we wish for because then we get a 4-hour another cut of some bullshit."
Let me ask you this: can we speak of this?
Okay,
which is more likely to happen? A Ray Fisher apology coming from Warner Brothers or coming from John? It's not that funny. It's a legit question. I want to know. Joss Whedon or Warner Brothers? Neither?
Neither.
Ray Fisher.
Your hate is real, bro. Your hate
I would say I do agree neither.
Not one question has been towards not one question.
I don't know.
Chillmonger has been towards like a fucking positive thing about it. Look, in any case,
if we can find one, we can ask one.
Hey, this is a multi-billion-dollar fucking franchise. I'm sorry, it's like one of the most popular franchises.
All right, the question is Ray Fisher an apology from Warner Bros. Or Joss Whedon?
Joss Whedon.
Joss Whedon. It's far more likely from Joss Whedon. It's not going to happen, but it's Joss Whedon.
Yeah,
if it's more likely, it's Joss Whedon.
Joss Whedon. A corporation like this, that would have to be that they're admitting, malpractice or whatnot, or admitting to, right? And you're a lawyer, you know about this stuff, right?
It got to be something like, look, dude. Real quick, I mean, even Showmonger, Disney didn't even apologize for filming near the internment camp for Mulan.
Can't do that. You cannot do that.
They're not going to apologize. Warner Brothers would not give an apology to Ray Fisher.
Yeah.
Well, see, I don't know the exact details about that, but I don't think it was a clear-cut thing about it being an internment camp. There was a report that somebody did like digging into all that nonsense, and it wasn't exactly what it seemed.
Okay, the next question is for you, Boom. I want to know, what was the best comic book panel? Oh, this is your last question, by the way, because you're leaving. But the best comic panel that was brought to life in the DC films.
Oh my God. The best comic book panel brought to life in the DC films.
Flash running.
Oh my God. That is a tough one. Oh, you know what? I'm trying to remember the Wonder Woman comic where she used the shield. That No Man's Land sequence with Wonder Woman. I mean, look, I know the go-to answer is going to be probably a whole slew of scenes in BVS. There's awesome Batman scenes where he was attacked by Doomsday and he shot his thing in the air. There was Frank Miller all over some of those Zack Snyder sequences, which I loved. So don't get me wrong, I love that. But there's something that I loved. In fact, my argument is that No Man's Land sequence in Wonder Woman made that movie. You take No Man's Land sequence out of the first Wonder Woman movie, that movie would have bombed. I think people remember that movie just for the No Man's Land sequence, holding that shield and those bullets, and you could and this powerful woman holding back that onslaught. That even though it was just bullets, which we think, in superhero movies, she's just deflecting bullets. But there was something about that scene that was just so. And she's in No Man's Land. It's called No Man's Land. The symbolism, the imagery. That it was such a powerful moment. And and not only that. I mean, I know we're a bunch of guys here, but even speaking for women themselves, it was like, you could appreciate that. Oh my! Even as a guy, it's like, wow, this chick is not only is she hot, but she's kick-ass.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. When I saw that scene, I was like, kind of want to be a woman for a day.
Relax.
Wow.
Relax.
I was empowered.
Relax.
Okay, Dante.
That's how you raise your son, man.
Well, that was Comic Boom. Hold on. Pause, everybody. Hold on. Just one second. Comic Boom is leaving. I want to thank him for everything he does for this channel. You are appreciated very much. Hearts. Goodbye.
Thank you. I love meeting everybody. Thank you so much for having me.
Take care, man.
Longer. See you later.
Take care, bro.
Nerdman?
No, I went with somebody to watch the Wonder Woman movie, like a girl who's just doing her PhD or whatever, and she had no interest in comic book movies or superheroes or anything. And she was just every moment during that movie, just like clutching my hand and like just like really enamored by this movie. And that bit, she teared up. She teared up during two bits. It was like the what's his name, Chris Pine died.
Trevor died.
And Steve Trevor, when Steve Trevor died, and when that moment basically. And it is just a great moment in comic book movies. Absolutely great.
Who wants to go next? The question was a comic book panel that you remember that was brought to life.
I would say
I don't read comics, so I wouldn't know.
From Superman and Lois, the scene when Superman grabs the green car and drops it down. It's kind of different. Instead, he's saving the car, but in the comic panel, he's destroying the green car. But it's a callback to the very first Superman action comic where he first appeared on the cover. So yeah, the Superman and Lois sequence, and he had the right suit too. So that whole sequence.
Pickle says probably Aquaman charging into battle in the back of that creature while wearing the classic orange costume. That's a good answer there. I haven't seen it, of course. I don't read DC. Burp.
Or I like this scene from BVS where Ben Affleck's Batman's in the metal suit and all that, and he's turning on the bat signal. That was really cool. I don't know if that was in an actual panel or some shit, but that was pretty dope.
Dude,
sticks in my head.
It's gonna be the Flash running back in time. The most amazing scene in any comic book movie ever.
Is it?
Straight up. better
I mean, it's not
than
a bad
anything.
Which the one that's in the
Straight
Snyder,
up,
the
better
Snyder
than
verse.
anything in No Way Home.
You know,
Wait, the scene from Snyder's movie.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what he's
I don't know why people gas that shit up. It was all right. It wasn't, it's just a big ass wide open space.
You know what? I love the scene in No Way Home when Andrew Garfield says,
I know, right? No, fuck that.
You know what?
On to question number 2.
Hold on, I didn't get my answer.
Do you see what happens?
Don't let him.
Yo, I'm very polite with you. I'm very polite with you, but Anzo wants to go.
Yeah, my scene is I think it might be in the Justice one too.
Yeah.
It's from the cover of the Dark Knight comic where he's holding onto the wall at the beginning of the movie, where he's on the wall and then he jumps off, and it looks like the cover from the Dark Knight comic book. I think that's one of the best ones.
Wait, you talking about BVS? The scene when he's in the corner?
Not in the corner. I think it's the beginning of Is it the beginning of Justice League? One of the two movies where he's outside. No, he's outside on a building and he's hanging on the wall, and it looks like the Dark Knight cover.
You're talking about BVS?
It's in BVS, yeah.
Yeah, when he hooked and Doomsday's trying to hit him with the laser. That scene, and he hooks onto the pipe and cooks away.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
BVS. Yes, that scene. Yeah.
BVS.
Flash running in slow motion doesn't touch the portal scene. Flash running was so forgettable. I'm low-key ready to go to war with him. Question number 21.
So forgettable that you mentioned it.
Yeah, good comeback. Nerdman, who would WB choose to direct a new Justice League just to make those Snyder cultists blood boil? Who would make you upset to see direct the Justice League?
Ryan Johnson.
I got an answer for him.
I was about to say Ryan Johnson as well.
No.
Like that's the
no
the biggest person.
The Coen brothers.
No.
Why the Coen?
The
Jeff
Coen brothers.
Johns.
No, I think the answer is like who's the dumb ass they got to direct the first Justice League?
Joss Whedon.
If they brought Josh Whedon back, or
wait a minute.
Or what was it? The DB&Y, the dude from
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Snyder directed the first one.
No, it's Josh Whedon, definitely. Josh Whedon he's an okay director.
Ray Fisher fans would hate that one, definitely.
Joss Whedon,
You got
James
fans?
Gunn, J.J. Abrams, Ryan Johnson.
I think it's Josh Whedon or
They
James
don't.
Gunn.
The Snyder cult.
James
They don't care
Gunn
about J.J. Abrams and Ryan Johnson. They hate Jeff Johns. They hate Joss Whedon. They hate James Gunn.
No, Mike. But they know that those two helped ruin Star Wars too.
Yeah, but why?
Imagine franchise killers coming to help destroy something else further.
But why would that wouldn't make their blood boil? They would want who they felt wronged Snyder to direct.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying they would also make their blood boil too.
Or Taika Waititi, whatever his name is.
Taika
Waititi would be bad as well.
No.
Any Marvel character, anyone from the Marvelverse,
Russo brothers.
Ugh.
Russo brothers would be fine.
But you didn't like Endgame and Infinity War, so
no, I know.
That's why I say they would make your blood boil.
No, but it's worse. Taika Waititi is.
But Nerdman doesn't consider him a member of the Snyder cult.
True.
He can still answer it though. You know, he may be familiar with that group.
Oh no! I'm not saying.
I asked Belle Rev. I invited Belle Rev to be here on this channel, and I really wanted to get her take on this because she is a card-carrying cultist, isn't she?
Oh yes.
Mm-hmm.
No, I wouldn't say that.
No,
she's the closest out of
Dude,
anyone here.
Every video she does is about Snyder, or it ends up being about Snyder, regardless.
No, but
like, hey, I'm going to give you some workout secrets or whatever, and then by the end of it, it's like, so yeah, Zack Snyder was fucked over by DC, and it's like, dude, like, you know.
No,
I'm one of the rare people.
I'm not disagreeing, but she always make it clear. I mean, she tells her other crew to like. She even tells the other Snyder people, you guys need to move on and stuff. Like, don't be so focused on this stuff. Like, she made that very clear. She loves Snyder and stuff, but like she made it clear.
Question 22.
You got to move on and shit.
You did that one.
See, I never make that mistake for the Marvel ones. My bad. Question 23. Did Wonder Woman go rogue when she beheaded Steppenwolf? He gets thrown into the portal, and I just think, they're gonna send him back, and here comes.
I've got an answer for this.
What's your answer, man?
I don't think she should have done that. I think that they should have thrown Steppenwolf into that, through the portal, like hole, and then I think Darkseid should have killed Steppenwolf.
It would make him bigger for the next movie.
That would have given him back his the fear that you lost seeing him lose to Ares at the beginning.
Yeah, that's why Wonder Woman chopping off his head, I was like, yeah. But if Darkseid was the one, it just imagine like Steppenwolf came through, he's like crawling over the Darkseid and stuff because it's like we just got beat up, and he looks at Darkseid. Darkseid looks at him, and literally, I don't know, laser.
Wait, why would
Darkseid kill him though? There'd be no point.
Am I the only one that had
The question here is, did Wonder Woman go rogue, or was she with the team? Everyone knew she was going to cut his head off. I think she went into business on her own. Yes, she did, because I don't think Aquaman and Cyborg, whichever one who threw it at her, I don't think they knew that was coming. Batman, he's not about that. I feel like
what do you do with a sword?
Straight up impaled Steppenwolf. Superman was like, yeah. I'm gonna come.
This is the Justice League. They kill people. This is how it works.
They was all in on it. They was all down for it.
I'm gonna just say no.
Yeah,
I'm gonna just say no.
You're saying no?
No, they killed. She beheaded him, and Superman and Batman said, "Welcome to the club."
I don't think she went rogue either. But am I the only one that was like, yes, that's what I'm talking about?
I loved it.
We got with the Sopranos style.
DC doesn't deserve 33.
She didn't go rogue because they was all cool with it. Because look, even real quick, when Superman kept on punching Steppenwolf and kind of going over the top with it, Wonder Woman and Aquaman was like, yeah, man. They didn't show it, but it was like, yeah, keep punching them, beat them down. Hurt him.
Superman burned off one of his horns.
You're justifying your answer by making up what she said.
I'm not making it up. They was okay with it. They was really watching him beat on Steppenwolf. He's kind of overdoing it. They could have walked over and said, "Stop, like chill. We already beat him." It was okay.
No communication in this team. They're not like that.
In the Justice League, you need to have a body count to be part of the team.
Hey, shout out to Philosophical Pickle. If you want to see him do a body count of Captain America, go check out his channel, as well as other people's channels here. We're all YouTubers here. And there was a moment where I was going to plug that Perp Minded also does the Peacemaker show reviews. So you can go check him out if you like shows like that. And K-Dot does it too. Who else does Peacemaker stuff? Jada, did you start a Peacemaker thing?
He couldn't make it past the first episode.
That's crazy. Peacemaker is hilarious. I need them to do a piece. I need them to do a piece like Peacemaker needs to pop up in Doom Patrol because I think that'd just be some funny altercations, especially like if he interacts with Brendan Fraser's character. That'd be funny.
I'm just waiting for Eagly to have his own sideshow.
It'll be tight, and I'll watch.
That'd be hilarious.
Of course, you'd watch it. You're watching Peacemaker. What was it?
Eagly's tight. Nothing wrong with Eagly's to go.
Eagly's tight. Eagly will go around hugging everyone and all that stuff.
That shit was funny.
Yo, that's what the DC universe could use, man. What are you talking about?
The 24th question of 33 burning DC questions this week. Where did Cyborg's dad go? Was he disintegrated? Was he moved to the past, the future? Is he in another universe?
Watchmen, Chillmonger, is this why you asked that?
No, it's not why. But what happened in Watchmen?
Because similar type of situation. The guy baby who became Dr. Manhattan, he was inside the room and he got zapped. And the same Zack Snyder kind of parallels the same sequence when Cyborg dad dies. So it kind of looks the same. I thought you made this question because of that.
Oh.
No, he looks like he died.
Yeah, he's dead.
Dead?
Nah,
or he's probably in the fan zone.
Yeah, he's dead.
Crazy.
Or he probably went to a better universe, aka the Marvel universe.
You wish you can get that actor. You don't
Hey, Mike, I'm gonna bring you up with the Canadians for that one. That's just like we can get rid of K-Dot.
Well, us Americans will stay cozy down here. Well, aside from Nerdman's from the Czech Republic, but us Americans will be chilling down here.
Anyone else want to answer that one about where did Cyborg's dad go?
I just
Dang, I thought because you saw Aquaman and you asked that. I thought that's man.
Papa was a Rolling Stone. Just
freaking perp.
Batman and Superman were already rogue. Why not Wonder Woman after the mix?
Like
Wonder
I said,
Woman
you need a body count to join the Justice League.
gave the head to Darkseid. That's the ultimate fan service. She gave head to Darkseid. Yeah, funny. He got turned into Chip Crumbs. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like he got moved somewhere else. They're gonna get that actor back. It'll be a surprise in the next Cyborg movie, if that was the plan. I feel like that's what they're.
I mean, he's
doing.
not dead. He didn't die in the Whedon version. But
what do you mean you don't think he's dead? He got vaporized.
No, I'm talking about. I mean, the Whedon version, he's not dead.
Oh, he wasn't?
Yeah, the dad didn't die. In Zack's version, he died.
What happened in the Whedon verse?
He's alive. They just didn't kill him.
Joss Whedon doesn't care. Joss Whedon is whatever. But Zack Snyder thinks in the future, and he was gonna the way he treated Cyborg with so much respect, and I made him a part of the team and better than the Whedon version. He was gonna give more character moments with the dad and Victor.
Well, I think if anything, if his dad came back, it was gonna be after when Zack does the reboot after Justice League 3 because he was gonna do Flashpoint, and probably Cyborg's dad will come back from that.
Okay,
That's probably the moment you see the character again if he got his vision, but nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that. Question 25 of 33 burning DC questions: true or false? Rich is a superpower.
yes.
Depends on how you use it.
True.
That's true. If you like got Elon Musk money, you could practically do anything that you want.
I mean, you got Bruce Wayne, you got Ted Kord, you got kind of Oliver Queen. You got all these guys who basically are rich and are able to invent and build all their tech.
Live chat, if you want to answer this, you can say question 25 and then true or false. I would say it's false. I recognize Rich is super powerful, having money, but the answer is false. Nerdman, are you in here?
Well, then, how did Iron Man?
Iron Man
I think, yeah, it's a superpower.
Damn, I'm alone here. I'm alone here. All of you are wrong. Mike?
Money is also power in a sense. It's not, it's different. It's a different kind of power. Money is also power.
I hate to agree with Wayne Jr., but he is correct.
Bruce Wayne says it. He's like,
yeah, you got.
What's your superpower?
I'm rich.
Hey man,
Yeah,
where's my T'Challa?
They wouldn't have been able to have their tech. I mean, it's being rich itself isn't a superpower. It's how they use their money.
So you're with me. Well, you're like me. False.
I'm saying Jeff Bezos is not a superhero just because he's rich. It's you have to use what's his name? Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor is incredibly rich, but he's not a superhero because he doesn't use his money to actually build the tech to fight crime. So you have a bunch of characters who literally need the money to be the superhero.
Well, he does actually, but you're saying that they can't get other people to be part of them. They can't be supervillains if they're not rich.
Well, no, I meant as a superhero, you're using the money. Even supervillains use their money to build their, armor and their tech. Even supervillains who are rich.
Question 26, guys. True or false? Starro was a villain.
Starro was a waste of.
False. He wasn't a villain.
Star's a great villain.
False. He wasn't a villain, no. But he is great. He wasn't a villain.
He was a
Starro
victim.
was a kaiju.
What?
He was yeah, just like Mike said, he was a victim.
Yes.
But he wasn't a villain.
He was a kaiju victim.
He got stolen.
That word really
villains-
offends fanboy.
But most villains are victims, though, like of something.
No, but he was a legitimate victim because they took him from where he was and brought him to Earth.
Yeah,
him.
This is definitely false. Starro was not the villain.
Right.
Remember his last words? Well, not his words, but when he abducted someone's
Yeah,
face.
yeah.
I was
loved
Yep.
it. I loved
Happy
it.
floating among the stars.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what the live chat has to say over here. 26, false. Tony says false. Big Bro says false. See, he was not a villain. Pickle says The word is superpower, which you're still on the other one, which means it's a power that doesn't exist in the real world. People are rich. That's what makes it super.
Yeah, Texas is a couple
not
months
rich
behind
though.
everybody
People
else.
being rich is kind of a unique thing. Like everybody's not rich. Everybody's not Jeff Bezos.
And also with the whole money thing too, it's just like with that much money, you could have whatever. You could make the world whatever you want. You could make people believe in the sky is fucking yellow or some shit. Like you could really do that shit. Like just with the right amount of money.
Prior to 2020, I wouldn't agree with that. But if you got enough money, you can influence a whole lot.
Yeah, no, but Starro was.
They're doing it now.
Amanda Waller was the villain.
Starro was the villain who wanted to take over everybody's minds. Yeah, okay. Right.
He was provoked. He had to survive. You got to do what you got to do. Is a cockroach wrong because you're about to kill it and it's running away and it's, I don't know, steps on some stuff or gets your counter dirty? Or, like, no, you're the villain. You're killing it. Like, you're agitating this thing. Starro was agitated.
Absolutely, but cockroaches deserve to die, though.
Hey, they're just trying to live like everybody else.
Yeah, you did not learn the lesson from Ratcatcher.
No, not with a cockroach.
Rats, right? Okay,
so now K-Dot is
are just misunderstood. I guess
K-Dot is sympathetic for rats and roaches. That's just
this is the thing.
He's sympathetic to everybody.
We all watched Suicide Squad. We saw the lesson, and I bet after that, Onzo and Perk saw a rat and took a bat and going, after just watching the Suicide Squad.
What? If I see a rat, that shit dead, dog. Like, that shit dead, dog. I'm not going to sit there trying to make friends with it.
Oh, man, rats are not that bad. Oh, shit.
The villain of the Suicide Squad was America.
Yeah.
That
America,
is correct.
Amanda Waller,
that's deep.
The government, that was the villains.
Question 27 live chat, true or false? There is an Earth Green Lantern.
False.
False.
At the moment, false.
Why would that be? How would you even establish true or false? They haven't established one yet, haven't they?
Yeah, one day we'll get a Green Lantern film or a series. Who knows when it happens? But will they act like, oh, there's always been an Earth Green Lantern, he's just busy on Oa? Or will they say like, because we know Zack Snyder. Yeah, will they retcon it? So Zack Snyder wanted the Martian Man, Jon Stewart, initially, but he settled for Martian.
Yeah.
And that's who's supposed to come at the end to talk to Bruce Wayne while he was chilling in his cottage.
Oh, so instead of Martian Manhunter, it was supposed to be Jon Stewart.
That part. Yeah, he said this. Watch Tyrone Magnus's interview with Snyder. I think that's
right. What they basically told him was, "Do you want your movie made?" He said yes. Then no Green Lantern.
Yeah, they
really?
So they basically told him if he put Green Lantern or tried to put Green Lantern in his movie, they would not put it out.
I wish he tried. I wish he put Green Lantern in there.
That they didn't even want to even acknowledge it.
Well, Jon Stewart, not Hal Jordan.
Right.
Well, because they have plans for Green Lantern. They don't want him to do it. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Just like how when Nolan came out with his Abominations, nobody could do Batman. It was like that was the only Batman that could exist. That's why we got Green Arrow on Smallville, because it was supposed to be Batman.
Slander.
So there's an actual upcoming Green Lantern project in the works.
Yeah, the Green Lantern show for HBO Max.
Green Lantern Corps.
Yeah, Guy Gardner's gonna be in it. Kyle Rayner. Alan.
I'm in Baz. Alan Scott.
Alan Scott. Hal Jordan. Probably Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart.
I'm only watching if they got Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
But allegedly him having Darkseid in there is part of the reason why perhaps Ava DuVernay, the New Gods project, got canceled, because I guess because he made Darkseid such a bitch in that movie.
Stop it!
I don't.
It's true.
I don't blame them if they don't want to, use the character at the moment because someone else use it. Because there's like all these characters have legal reasons of why.
Is there different levels to it?
Yeah, like there's always legal stuff. Like for example, with Captain Marvel in their comics, you have to make a movie about her. For Captain Marvel in the comics, they have to keep making comics about her, or the rights of the Captain Marvel name will go back to DC. Like there's legal stuff behind these characters, when they can be used, how they can be used, and all that. So, there's
28.
Why you do that.
True or false? The team are happier or are happy that Wonder Woman beheaded Steppenwolf.
True.
Yeah,
They were dancing around like the Ewoks at the end of Return of the Jedi.
They are.
Because yet again, another superhero murders somebody. They're all happy.
There was a glee and joy in the
DC.
DC.
On it. If
the one time, chill.
If Batman had powers, he would have found a way to like jump in there and do some final kick on Steppenwolf's body after Wonder Woman beheaded him just to get him through the portal. Like, let me get in on this.
How are you guys upset that Superman kills Zod, but you're happy that everybody else gets to kill somebody?
What?
I wasn't a member of the group.
I was upset because Snyder wrote that Superman into a corner to do something that didn't need to be done.
He wasn't in.
But I understand why he did it.
He wasn't in a corner.
I understand why
he was.
He wasn't in a corner.
Yes, he was.
There was no corner. There was no corner.
Yes, he was.
They destroyed the Phantom Zone.
Yes, he was. I showed it to you.
That whole sequence into a corner. They destroyed the Phantom Zone right before that fight, so Superman cannot put him back into the Phantom Zone.
Flying up. It's called flying up.
Facts, fanboy.
What is flying up going to do? He's going to keep fighting him.
That's right.
No. To stop Zod from killing those two humans, all Superman had to do was fly up. That's all he had to do.
Yes, he would have still been fighting him, but they would have done it in an area that wasn't populated.
So hold on. Superman can fly up, right? But Zod can't move his head?
Dude, you can't have
you know
Superman.
What I mean? Just because he flies up, Zod can still move his head.
I absolutely hate that fucking scene of Superman killing Zod. But there's nothing that Superman could have done except for fucking kill him.
Yes,
and that's it. I hate that it's fiction. So you should have written a different fucking. You should have written a different scenario. But
I would agree. If you didn't want to kill, you could have written a different scenario. Flying up does not stop Zod from turning his head.
He's gonna kill every single living being on Earth. Like literally within fucking hours, he would have killed every single human being on Earth if Superman didn't kill him in that way. But my point is that you shouldn't have even written a Superman story into that situation because that goes against the character, right? But like the way,
that's the one thing that Nolan said right is that he said that Superman shouldn't kill and that they would have to convince him that this should happen. And I guess that's what Goyer came up with, and he's like, okay, you convinced me.
No, it was bullshit. And then Superman screaming at the end, like, why are you screaming? On what basis are you?
Because he's emotional.
No, but it was.
It was that time of the month again.
It wasn't set up in the movie why he should even care like so much that he's done.
I thought it was because he's the last. Wait a minute. I thought it was because by killing Zod, he's the last remaining Kryptonian.
Yeah, he killed the last.
Well, you can infer that. You can infer that, but it's not set up in the fucking movie that's the reason.
Oh, okay. I thought it was.
I have no idea.
It's pretty obvious that's the reason. I mean, imagine that. I'm giving a quick scenario. Imagine I myself killed another black person, and I'm the last black person. That's just gonna be sad. Because I'm like, it's just me.
Yeah, but
that's fucked up.
That's some
I'm not saying I would do it, but that's going to
black on black.
Fine,
like that's going to emotionally mess you up. But
you would still have to set that up in a film about you. If
but
you were like,
you don't need to set it up. It's just an obvious thing that.
Why is that obvious? That's not obvious to me. Like you kill another person or like who's black. And you're like, oh, well, yeah, potentially the reason why he's screaming is because the other person's black. But you don't know that about you if the whole way through the movie it's like, hey, doesn't matter if you kill fucking kids. Doesn't matter if you kill. They needed to set up that Superman has an aversion to killing, right? Before you can kind of take that moment in. Because otherwise, I'm just assuming that the reason that you're against killing General Zod is because he's black. I don't know that. I can only assume that because that's how I would feel.
Yeah, but that's what K-Dot does. K-Dot just fills in the blanks with whatever he comes up with.
No, you guys. Let me give another example. Let me give another example just to make this a lot simpler.
Okay.
Before you give your other example, can you hold that thought? Because Boom was in here just saying hello and thanking us again. And you are invited every single time I do these because I do them every Saturday. And I'll especially mention when I do them on DC Boom. So thank you. Sorry, K-Dot, you were saying?
I'm going to use Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z. Best freaking example right here. There's only a couple Saiyans left in general. All the Saiyans are on Earth. Let's say Vegeta was put in a situation where he had to kill the last remaining 4 people from his species because they was about to do something evil and hurt some other people. That would emotionally
shut up about your fucking Dragon Ball Z bullshit.
German, that's the
I don't give a shit.
An example.
No, you can give a shit, son. I don't care about your Dragon Ball Z. It's established.
I really fucking hate when I have to agree.
Man, the DC bias with their man's crazy.
I hate when I have to agree with Nerdman too.
You know, don't you feel dirty, Anzo?
Yeah, it feels bad. But
it's
he's
obvious.
right. No one cares about your Dragon Ball crap, bro. Like for real.
Yeah.
I'll just give you an example.
Let me give you an example. Let me give you a counter example. Fucking Henry Cavil has actually gone on fucking record saying that he fucking did that himself. He was the one who, like, it wasn't written in the script that he screamed or that he was angered by the fact that General Zod was dead.
Really?
Henry Cavill actually was like, oh, you know, I thought about it and I was like, Superman would be devastated by this. That's how little fucking Zack Snyder knows this character.
Well, see, wait a minute, Nerdman.
No.
Hold on.
I'm not saying.
I don't want to defend. Wait. I don't want to defend Snyder too much, but could that have been Goyer and Nolan's fault because they're the ones that wrote this story? See,
Absolutely.
I don't know. Like when people trash movies, usually they trash the director. Like the director is the one that wrote the story, but they're just the one that's directing the traffic. Now, some directors like to be all hands-on and like, you know, involved in every detail and stuff like that. So they might be involved in aspects of the story. But here, I don't know if it was just like, you know, Nolan and Goyer going crazy.
To be fair, Nolan said like, oh, I don't think he should kill. I don't think but the problem is, by that point, if you follow the logic down to the point of where the film is at, you can't have Superman do anything but kill.
Yep.
That's his only option.
And that is the problem.
Yeah.
And Mads wants to add, because Mad was on topic over here. She says, if anyone on the team was upset with her beheading Steppenwolf, I'd love to see them tell the female with bullet-fast reflexes, super strength, and a big-ass sword that she was wrong. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
No, but here's
question number 29 is Nerdman.
All right.
Nerdman, can the Black Adam? You know, let me reset because I think this is going to be a clip. It's 33 burning DC questions. I've got a panel of guests here. The 29th question I got, Nerdman. Can the Black Adam film get away with playing Face Off?
What does that even mean?
Okay, that would be the Tech 9 song that The Rock raps in. It's actually called Face Off. I know we all just skip to The Rock. It's my drive. It's my power.
That will instantly kill that movie if they do that shit.
In the credits, the ending credits, they can play it. In the end credits, they can play it.
No, they cannot play it. You play that shit at any point in that movie, you will, like, DC will literally die, like, right then and there. No, don't do it.
No, this is the reason why. Look at it like this. It's going to help the movie blow up so much more.
No.
The intro of Peacemaker is blowing up right now on the web.
It's not. It's blowing up in terms of exploding in terms of it being so stupid.
It's stupid.
Yeah, but it's going to make people like it. The MCU shows, all the MCU shows, memes were born out of all of them. And
Dude,
people
the
are
fact
loving
that Peacemaker is better than every MCU show is not necessarily a compliment.
It's not necessarily a
compliment. But they need to do the Black Adam. The baseline of quality is that you're better than an MCU show.
what they need to do in a Black Adam movie is have a magical rock, so Black Adam can ask, "Hey, what's that? What? Can I smell what that rock is cooking?"
Wow.
Shut up, Jaded.
No, do not play it during the movie.
Tomato.
I fucking hate Man of Steel. It is better than every MCU origin movie.
So that's just bias.
Shut up, nerd man. Shut up.
So that's just bias.
Stop, nerd man. Stop right where you are.
No.
Shit. It's about the song. Black Adam film.
Iron Man and Captain America. Man of Steel is better than every MCU origin movie. That's
all right.
It.
Now that you know which song we're talking about, do you think the movie could get away with playing that song?
It can get away with
in a background, like in an elevator, like maybe like an elevator music version.
I want you to tell me that isn't true.
And then have Black Adam do the eye thing, like he does that little eye thing with the eyebrow.
Chillmonger, I want you to tell me that isn't true. Outside of Iron Man and Captain America,
oh boy,
Man of Steel.
I do
Man of Steel is better than every other MCU origin movie.
Hey, it's not better than
Doctor Strange. That's not fair.
True or false was 20 questions ago.
Chipmunks is better than every MCU movie. Okay, the Chipmunk movies are better than every MCU. That's A-Dot. You will attest to that.
I bet you there's a Chipmunk version of the song Face Off. They make a Chipmunk version of everything.
Chillmonger. I can see them easily putting in a clip where Black Adam was, for some odd reason, in the elevator. There's a little kid just on his phone, and he's looking through TikTok, and he sees like, oh, it's all about driving, it's about power.
Yeah.
And then he's just looking down at him and looking up at I guess like, oh, is that the Rock guy?
Yeah,
and
like the
mad meta.
Who's directing this? Depends who the director is. If he's like, knows what's going on.
And
live
also,
chat.
Real quick, Chillmonger, just on the question, it's The Rock, bro. He can get away with anything. Even though, yes, a lot of people...
He can get away with murder.
Yeah, he can get away with putting a...
Get away with his bad acting. Get away with his music. I mean, come on.
They just better find a way to put if you smell what the Rock or the Black Adam is cooking in this movie.
Oh, God, no.
In the end of the day, The Rock was the most awesome fucking WWE wrestler of all time.
That's debatable.
Wow.
That's debatable.
No.
How do I know?
He is correct. Nerdman is correct.
He thinks The Rock is the best wrestler.
Nerdman is correct.
The Rock,
People's champ.
The People's Champion, bro. The People's Champion. Look, the millions
and millions
of Rock fans, bro. This guy is
Harry Horowitz. Harry Horowitz is a better wrestler than Dwayne Johnson.
Doink the Clown. What are you talking about?
Give me a break.
See, this is the 80s bias for fucking.
Yeah, you guys are first off out of you guys. First off, you guys are out of your mind if you think Rock wasn't a good wrestler. You guys are out of your mind if you think Rock wasn't a good wrestler. Go back and watch. No. Go back and watch other wrestlers perform and talk about who their best performance was with, and it's always or most likely The Rock.
I can name you 3 technical wrestlers better than The Rock.
He got his whole formula from Ric Flair.
Go on.
Fanboy, name your 3 wrestlers who are better than The Rock.
Technical Rock. What's his name?
See that you can't do it. You can't do
it. Bret Hart.
Bret Hart. Thank you. That was it. Bret Hart. $1 Million Man.
Bret Hart was not better.
I'm a Bret Hart stan, and I'll tell you.
He was not better than The Rock.
He's a much better.
You know why you don't like him?
Steve Austin was better than The Rock.
Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels,
You
Steve
can't
Austin.
take the fact that the best
fucking Rey Mysterio,
the best wrestler ever, was fucking black. You can't fucking take it. He was a black dude.
Are you out of your mind?
Facts, nerd man.
Yes.
You are out of your mind. That is the leanness. That is one of the lamest justifications.
All right, I got to clean up the stream from people who have incorrect opinions. So, Onzo, Nerdman, we've got the correct
Mark
opinion.
Henry is a better wrestler than The Rock.
Come on, get out of
here.
And that would be
is a better
goodbye
wrestler.
to you and perp-minded Thomas Jefferson, sucker. SSJK.Sanctor, you're not a wrestling fan, so we're just gonna keep you. You get to stay because you're not a fan, but you should.
Let me tell you how good Rock was. Okay.
Yeah, they think I'm bringing them back. I'm not.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let me tell you how good Rock was. They did a thing where it was Rock and Mankind, where it was going back into your past. Remember your past?
It was it was This Is Your Life, Rock.
This Is Your Life, Rock. Yeah. That segment was only supposed to last a certain amount of time, but it was so good that WWE let them extend it for as long as it was. And not only was it so good, it took ratings away from WCW at the same time. Just
The
that
highest
one
rated
segment.
in that war where there was 2 wrestling programs on
Yes.
cable TV at the same time slot. That's what they did.
Yes.
Can't play with it.
Yeah. No, The Rock was hilarious, dude. As a heel as well, I like heel Rock more than I like fucking face Rock.
Me too.
And he was fucking hilarious, dude. You can't deny it, man. It's just like the jokes he would come up with, that dude.
Yep.
And I like fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold Steve Austin is awesome, but you can't. It's not even close, dude.
And
like
nobody was better on the mic than The Rock at that time.
Absolutely.
Nobody.
Isn't that right, K. Dot?
The Rock
Yes.
is the best wrestler of all time.
That is the
Yeah,
correct
he's
opinion.
Thank
You get
you.
to stay. We're gonna go to question
Thank
number.
you. Then Stone Cold and Kurt Angle and Mr. Perfect. But anyway,
All right, let's get the bad guys back in here. There's
Wow,
Mike.
that's a nice echo
The
chamber. you
Rock's
guys
not
had
even
going
black,
there.
but all right.
I know, right? You didn't even acknowledge being.
What happened to
black.
Jaded Fanboy? Where'd he go?
How is The Rock not black?
Does he ever identify as being black?
Yes, he does.
Nation of Domination.
Yes, he does.
Yeah,
All
he
the time.
would have had me.
yes, he
Look
does.
at him now
Yes,
and
he
look
does all
at
the
him
time.
back then. He's definitely bleaching his
is
skin.
Bobby Johnson, who is a black wrestler. He praises him all the time. And
Yeah.
Rock is
Rocky Johnson.
actually from Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
Wait.
That's
His
why you
dad-
like
his
him. 'Cause
dad
he's
is from
fucking
Nova
Canadian.
Scotia. Rock was born in like the Bay Area.
Yeah, right.
Scotia.
His dad was from Nova Scotia. His dad,
Oh,
Where
wait,
that at?
so
Rock
wait, he
Dad.
should have just ignored his mum because
East.
he's black.
hold on.
Is
Rock's
that what you're
dad,
saying?
He was Samoan.
Rock's dad went to school with my uncle and my mom.
He should have just ignored his mum because he's black.
Someone's
Somebody's
like,
got
He
an
was
echo.
Samoan. He's Samoan.
No, somebody's got an echo.
It was Jaded. I muted him. So
Okay.
take care of that.
Let me just say this.
He's
I thought you took care of it.
No, he doesn't
Jaded,
take care of it.
you have an echo going.
Let me just say this.
Yeah.
So he should have ignored his mum just to appease black people. The fact that he shouldn't have been proud of his Samoan heritage
Of
just
course.
to appease black people. No, but that's what they're saying because they're like, oh, he was like, talking about being Samoan. He is fucking Samoan, right? So why should he not praise that part of his fucking background?
Whoa, you're
he
once
praised
again
the
moving
black
goalposts
part of
as
his
you always
background as
seem
well.
to do.
No,
Y'all
he
said he was
praised-
black, and then when we said he didn't. What was the perp said? He didn't claim or he didn't say that he was black. Now you're trying to say, oh, what? He shouldn't have said what? He shouldn't acknowledge his mom. That's not what we said.
So wait, hold on.
What are you doing that
Hold on.
for? What are you doing that for?
Hold on. So what? Samoans can't be black?
No, but don't take away his heritage.
Samoans can't be black. Samoans can't
Oh,
be
You
black.
don't,
Is that what
okay.
you're
So
saying?
because-
choose one heritage over the other. You can say he's a black
No,
Samoan, or you can say he's a Samoan black.
He said
He's black all the time.
He said on so many occasions he was celebrating his dad. He was celebrating his
Right,
heritage for his
absolutely.
dad's side.
All I'm
And
saying,
he also celebrated his Samoan heritage because
Absolutely.
it went back in wrestling.
Yes,
His grandfather was
100%.
Chief Maya.
High Chief Peter Maivia.
Right.
And
Right.
everyone
Yeah.
who watches wrestling knows he debuted at Survivor Series 96 with the name Rocky
Maivia.
Maivia.
Yes.
Oh, right. He took his dad and he took his Samoan heritage. So fuck all of that shit. I don't give a shit. He was a dude. Come on, man.
I know. I don't know why I invited these guys back. It's crazy how I tolerate.
all I'm saying is I feel like the Rock skin bleaches because he was much darker when he first came out.
There's only
No,
one
he was not.
dude.
Yes, he
That is
was.
only
He
one
was.
dude.
He's way darker than he was
Dude,
compared to
there's
what
only
as
one
he is
dude.
now.
There's only one dude in wrestling more black than fucking The Rock, and that
Who's
is
that?
the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Stop it.
Hilarious.
The Macho Man,
dude, you're such a clown. You know one thing, and then you go with that. You don't know anything else about anything.
Do you dig it? Macho Man Randy Savage.
Let's go on to question 30 of 33
as
burning.
a person from the outside, real quick, The Rock is definitely black and Simone. As a person
There we
from the
go.
outside, looking at him.
You can be both, guys. You can be both. Everyone here has got a YouTube channel, so you should check us all out, except for Perp, who says I keep moving for what is it?
Forward.
I keep moving forward. Well, yeah, you can check us all out. We got YouTube channels.
Right.
That's Perp Minded over there.
Number 30 question is Chillmonger admitting that the DCU is better. Okay, go on.
The 30th question is a video, and I want to know exactly what secret is Wonder Woman expecting her to keep.
Yo, no, I'm sorry, lady, I'm sorry. Okay.
I don't get it. You're holding the dude upside down. Everyone in the mall is watching this crazy scene play out.
She's pretty much saying, "Don't say nothing, little girl, or else I will come find you."
Before that scene, though, like he saves her, and then talks to her for a bit.
Look at the background of how many people are there. I don't understand how the scene.
See, this is what I'm talking about. You cannot trust an MCU fan. If you see an MCU fan, like you're out, like you're basically living.
Why are you giving oxygen to this nonsense? What are you doing, man?
You're sitting in your living room watching a classical.
You know, this could be seen as an act of hostile aggression against the United States. Okay?
I would say this, Chillmonger, since you did bring this up. Wait, I got an answer, Merman. I got an answer. Chillmonger, I know what you mean. Like, yes, it looks. It's dumb because like everyone there saw her, but even then, this is the thing, right? She took out all the cameras and stuff. She made sure to do that because as long as there's no footage, when the police ask her, "What did you guys all see?" They're gonna they're gonna think they're all like crazy people, like because there's no evidence
in the
back up that she was there.
The classic. Movie.
No, let me get Kate. So the 6-year-old little kid was gonna give a better description to the cops than everyone else, so she was worried about that kid.
Well, she had glasses on. Chill, come on, she saw everything.
Yeah, right.
No. Everybody,
It's the glasses.
Wait, Nerman, wait, real quick. They're all gonna say that they saw a lady in like a red armor and stuff,
right?
When these acrobats with the lasso and stuff.
Yeah, but the kid was gonna tell what color her underwear was.
They're gonna be all like,
they're so desperate. All right, let me ask you a question, fucking Chillmonger.
He's hurt because he didn't have the answer to the question, which was simple. It was just what secret is Wonder Woman keeping?
I mean, but she didn't want her to snitch. She wanted to snitch and tell the police.
Do you think? No Way Out.
Vacuum in the background.
No Way Home. No Way Home deserves $2 billion in the box office. Or is it the MCU fans once again? I'm telling you, DC fans, we've got to start doing this. We've got to start going to the movies 40 times in a row, even though it doesn't deserve it. Yeah. Even though it doesn't deserve going 40 times in a row, we've got to start doing it because that's what these fucking MCUs. Do you think that fucking mediocre movie No Way Home deserves $2 billion in the box office?
What's the question again?
The question is, what secret is Wonder Woman? That would be Diana Prince. Is she asking this young girl?
You don't care.
I'm asking you, Chillmonger. You know for a fact, because I know you're a normal guy. You're a sweet guy. You're a sweet guy.
All right.
And I'm a virus.
$2 billion fucking dollars.
Yeah.
In the box office, No Way Home. Do you
think
that film deserves that?
I think I spent way too much time watching a DC film I wasn't going to see called Wonder Woman 1984. I got myself a DC attire because I'm sweet and I'm nice. I dressed up. I think I put in too much work for me to allow you to hijack this with your dumbass question. Question 30, Perp Minded. What secret is Wonder Woman expecting her to keep?
What's her secret? What could her secret be? She don't wear deodorant?
I mean, it's a silly answer, but it's a silly reason.
Secret was.
Doesn't doesn't Wonder Woman talk to the girl before she does that?
No.
I don't
Well, if
think
she
so.
did, what is the secret then? Then what did she
did-
say?
I don't know. But like,
She saved the little girl from. She saved look. She was following.
takes her and throws her into the
Yeah,
into
she
that
never
big
talked.
bear.
They never talked.
They never
Hey.
talk. Oh, okay.
She saved her though, but they never talked.
Look. I think there is a secret worthy of keeping with that little girl.
Don't tell anybody this movie sucks.
Facts, Jaded.
Look at his barks of bones.
While he smokes a cigarette, that's hilarious.
And Matt says no.
I think there's a secret worth keeping with this little girl. So basically, Wonder Woman doesn't want the world to know she's Wonder Woman, right? In that scene.
Okay.
She doesn't want to be super public about her identity.
She doesn't want to be super public about her identity.
She's helping, but she doesn't want to be out in the public like Iron Man.
I think that what she's telling the little girl is that, hey, this suit is not like feminist appropriate. That's my position. So it's not. It's.
I love how you read. I love how you DC fans read so much into anything because the movie fails to do anything properly. You have to actually invent stories that the movie failed to adopt in the first place.
I'll play it one more time, and then I'll
the
answer.
writers of these films.
33 burning questions we have to reach.
No. I'm sorry. Lady, I'm sorry. Okay.
She's gonna steal. Oh, she's gonna steal the change.
I've got it.
She's gonna steal the change that just fell out the dude's pocket.
That teddy bear. She's like that teddy bear is a pedophile, but don't worry, I'm gonna sort it out like moments later.
Okay.
Really?
So here's
Killmonger. She wants the girl to keep her secret. That's all. That's what my answer. She wants the girl to keep her secret about her not being.
And just specifically her, not the rest of everyone. So the point is here that this movie was made and created, and then Patty Jenkins, being someone who's about diversity and about happiness, she's like, I want to focus on Black people. And that's why Black people in general, and one of the ways to make an appealing case to racist people and humanize them is let's have a child who fits that. So she gets the female representation, she gets the Black representation, and she says, "I'm gonna put this in here, and I'm gonna have something
Black
really
people
cute."
Do not snitch. If that was a white girl, she wouldn't be like.
That's not what I'm getting at. That's not my point. I'm saying that it was cute. A wink is cute. It's cute also.
Hey.
Two things that are really cute is also a shush, and the mindset was we're going to make this appealing and we're going to counter racism, and that was her point, and it came at the expense of logic and reason, which is how I don't want my diversity and representation. She's forgetting I have the mute button, and what happens is that the consequence of like a director who wants to be included. Oh, he unmuted himself. You can do that.
What the fuck did I walk into?
I'm not going to talk over you. I have an answer to this.
Yeah, but let Chillmonger finish though. At least let's do it. Let Chillmonger finish though.
I was just like, I feel like that is a good thing to have and everything, humanize and use the children in that aspect, but not when it comes at the expense of the movies, because then we can complain about it. When I want my representation and diversity done, I want it to be done spotless and no ifs, ands, or buts, or it came at the expense of a quality movie, which that didn't ruin the movie, but it just had.
I'll say this though. We can tell that Wonder Woman isn't racist. We can't tell Captain America and Iron Man aren't racist. They might be racist.
You can. Yes,
they might be racist. No.
Captain America's best friend is black.
Little black girl.
He has a black friend.
That little black
Captain
girl.
America's black friend is black.
No. You can't. Wait.
Captain America's best friend is black.
Oh, that's the classic excuse.
That might be true. That might be true. But you can't tell Iron Man ain't racist.
And he gave the black man the shield.
Racist.
And he gave the black man. And he gave the black man the shield over the white man.
That is true.
You know what I mean?
I'm fucked.
That's the problem with your argument, Ferdinand. Once
I've kind of lost that argument.
Yes,
right there.
you did. Yes.
But Killmonger, just pertaining to the question,
Yeah.
I didn't want to say this. I do agree with your points. Like, I can see how you would think that scene is silly. I like it. It would have been way more silly to me if she didn't take out those cameras and did that thing. You know, if she did that, if she didn't take out those cameras, then like, shh, don't tell nobody I was here. It's like, what the heck? You got to get rid of the cameras if you're gonna do this thing. But I agree with you.
Kill everybody.
I'm just good with your feelings about the scene.
It's 100%. It was just to be a cute scene with the cute little black girl. You know what I mean? Patty Jenkins probably seen this girl like when they're doing the things for extras and was like, "Oh my gosh, she's so cute. We got to do something with her." And then found that little scene to pop her in there.
Yeah, but the truth of the matter is, we know that Patty Jenkins isn't against black children with big teddy bears. So you don't know that about fucking.
Here we go again. Here we go again. You don't know that about Iron Man, right?
Right? She made that very clear.
Oh my God! Shut up, nerd man.
The 31st question here: did Harley Quinn need Margot Robbie more than Margot Robbie needed Harley Quinn? I'm gonna answer first because I never.
About. Yeah,
go ahead, chill. Go ahead, chill. Go ahead, chill.
I will have a question just like this, just swapping it with like Chris Evans next week. Okay, I promise you. I think that what Margot Robbie came off of was the Wolf of Wall Street film, where she was a name, and that made her a popping kind of name amongst the the film connoisseurs because it was one of those Oscar movies. But it wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't a mainstream type of action.
Recognition. I see what you mean. Okay.
Yeah. Who lifted up which? The character, the actor.
Oh.
Because she did such a phenomenal job of executing Harley Quinn, in my opinion. And it would be hard to imagine anyone else in that role. I still think that the character benefited from what Margot Robbie brought. So I'm gonna say
I would push back and say no. Margot Robbie needed Harley Quinn because you put her anything else, nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah, no, she's really good in other movies. No, she's really good in other movies. I'll push back by saying,
what other movie?
The Fox News movie that she was in.
Nobody watching no fucking movie about Fox News. Nobody care about that.
Right. Never heard of
it. That's just you. It's a really good movie.
You mean that Bombshell shit?
Bombshell. She was really good.
I forgot that shit.
That was bad.
Yeah, all right, whatever, dude.
I have an answer.
I'm gonna push back and say, Hella, right? Hella is fucking bullshit, and that fucking character is trash, right? And the actress who plays her is better in every. In fact, let's go down the line. Let's go down the line.
Nerdman, we're talking about DC. Stop it.
Let's go down the line like
chill.
Let's go down the line like
no, let's not do that because we are on the third hour of the show.
Yeah, I got an answer for the question.
Down the line like The Rock. Every single MCU.
I'll do another thing like The Rock. It doesn't matter what you think. You jaded fanboy. Did Harley Quinn need Margot Robbie more than Margot Robbie needed Harley Quinn?
No, I have to say, if you're going by name recognition, Margot Robbie definitely benefited from the role more than the character benefited from the actress. I mean, Margot Robbie is no Helen, yeah, there are a lot of great actresses, and they bring something to the role that makes the role or the character significant. I don't think Margot Robbie, the only thing Margot Robbie brought to the character was the sex appeal. That's about it.
Barely. Yo, you're so savage, barely.
I don't know about barely because when I seen her in Wolf of Wall Street,
no. I mean, it's true. She sucked in all three.
She forgot to put her ass in that fucking those hot pants.
Sex appeal. That's the only thing she really brought. Otherwise, why have that scene of her undressing in front of all the soldiers?
Yeah, she was.
Oh, and Natalie Portman in Thor, right? She.
Yeah.
Was,
oh Jesus, fucking Nerdman! Would you
no,
stop?
No, wait.
I got an actual answer.
Natalie Portman brought nothing to the role as the actress.
Oh, okay. So Natalie Portman in Thor, she like brought all the fucking Oscar caliber of.
No, she brought nothing to the role.
Right, and nobody said she did. So what the fuck are you talking about?
Did fucking let's say Margot Robbie do better as fucking Harley Quinn as Natalie Portman did as her character?
Not the point of the questions, though.
Exactly. It's the point of the question.
Jesus fucking Christ.
This is what I'm saying. Fucking Chillmonger.
Shut up,
it's a
bitch.
little bit of bias. It's a little
let's
bit
not
of
call it a
bias.
bitch. Let's be a little bit more polite to each other.
How many?
Bit of bias there.
Nerdman.
It's a little bit of bias.
How many
there.
people knew who How many people knew who Margot Robbie was before she became Hollywood?
Oh, Sean did. Sean sees everything.
Not too many people.
Yeah.
And she was good in it. She was good in the first.
Of course, she was good in Harley Quinn. No,
yeah.
But she wasn't
Was Natalie Portman good, or was Hella the woman who was Oscar nominated?
Margot Robbie, you're trying to answer the question. Wait. Chuma, I got an answer for this question. I got an answer.
I'm not having it. I'm not taking it.
Harley Quinn was already big and popular in DC long before Margot Robbie got it. It's just that when Margot Robbie came in, now she's being talked about more because she's playing a comic book character that's popular, and that's the case with all of these actors that start to play these comic book characters.
Sure,
the popular ones, not the ones that nobody care about, like James Foster's Thor. But
for real,
when Chadwick plays Black Panther, that people start talking about Chadwick more.
How many MCU characters have been?
So these actors benefit from these comic book characters.
Let's talk about Let's talk about what's his name? Captain America's villain, Red Skull.
No, let's not.
Let's talk about him. Was he great in the fucking movie? Was he this actor who has been fantastic in everything he's been in? Was he great in that as Red Skull? No. They're all bullshit. All of the MCU castings, these stuff. I can't wait for Christian Bale to be trash. I can't wait.
Well, that'll just prove that Dark Knight is trash.
I want you, Chillmonger, to ask the question. Was Christian Bale?
It doesn't matter what you want.
Was Christian Bale
scared
good
Bell.
in this movie? Christian Bale's going to be trash in the fucking movie. So is fucking Fat Man Gladiator. It's going to be trash in this fucking movie. Even though they're brilliant actors, you never ask the question unless it's fucking DC.
Oh God. Hello, Belle. You in here?
Yes, I'm here now.
But there was one question I want. Yeah, right. There was one question I was going to ask you. Which one was it? It was something we did earlier.
Ask her the question that's just been asked.
We'll get there. The first one.
Where you do 33 Nerdman questions,
real quick.
And then we'll do that.
Yeah, we'll do 33 Nerdman another time. But Belle, which film is the true version of Justice League?
See,
Zack Snyder's Justice League.
That's all right. That was the answer I had.
Obvious question.
And then the next one was, would Henry Cavill throw shade at the new Superman actor?
No, he's too much of a political type of dude.
Yeah, that's what everyone was saying over here. And then it's no, not that one. I don't really care about that one. Let's see.
This one with the director is about. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. It was another one. You're right.
Ask her the Harley Quinn question just now.
I heard you guys.
21. Belle. Who would WB choose to direct a new Justice League film, like Justice League 2 or whatever they call it, that would make a Snyder cultist blood boil? Everyone said Joss Whedon.
Ryan Johnson.
And Ryan Johnson. But Joss Whedon's got to be the one, right? Or the Russo brothers, or one of the Marvel guys.
I'm trying to think.
Night Shyamalan.
Can I ask an honest question?
James Gunn.
Wait,
James Gunn. James Gunn.
James Gunn.
That's crazy.
Can I ask an honest question, Belle?
You can ask, but she doesn't have to answer.
She doesn't have to answer. What would you do if you come out and you see an MCU fan? You're sitting at home at night and you see an MCU fan
Dude,
like at night digging through.
They
your
live
trash.
rent free in your fucking head every fucking day, 24 hours.
Christ. And her like crucifix.
What would you do? You see them digging through your trash. You know their eyes are glowing at night. You know their eyes glow at night, right? What do you do when you see an MCU fan? Like you come out at night, like it's a shock.
The spray bottle. The spray bottle.
I say thank God it's not Nerd Man.
Yeah,
it's a shock, Bell. But you see them, they're digging through the trash at night, and their eyes are glowing. What do you do?
Well, see, the thing is, Nerd Man, MCU fanboys come out at night. DC fanboys just stay in their basement.
I'm trying to think.
No, you're not answering that one. It's an irrelevant question.
Yeah.
It's not on a
I am
here.
curious though. Why did you pick James Gunn? What would piss them off the most? I don't know that. I don't know why.
Oh, because James Gunn was on the Marvel side first, and then he came to DC.
Mm-hmm.
He directed Guardians of the Galaxy, right?
Yeah.
You like Suicide Squad, didn't you, Belle?
I enjoyed it. It's entertaining, but it's not like a movie I could watch over and over and over and over.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
I mean, much like, unlike Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah, I can watch that over and over.
Over again. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah,
So
that's why you can watch it over and over.
I asked everyone
Anyway.
this when you hopped in. It's Belle. You know, you're caught up after this question. Did Harley Quinn need Margot Robbie, or did Margot Robbie need Harley Quinn?
I think it's a yes and no.
I know that's what makes it a good question. That's what makes it such an intellectual, thought-provoking thing that we added on the 33 Burning stream. Don't listen to Nerdman.
Exactly.
That was not an invitation.
Let Belle answer the question, Nerdman.
I'm gonna let Belle answer the question.
Because she's like perfect casting for Harley Quinn.
Thanks.
In my opinion. It's kind of like that reminds me of how DC actors, how the characters made DC actors famous, and how the on the Marvel side the actors made the characters famous. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But but here's the thing, Bella. Why don't they ask that question about the MCU fucking
because it's 33 Burning.
No, I know. On a real note, why are you not asking that about Hela?
32
Why are you
here.
not asking that about Natalie
All right.
Portman?
Let me ask you, Nerdman. Nerdman
Hela is an MCU character.
Right. So Victor
I think Hela saved Thor Ragnarok for me, to be honest.
Really?
She was
anything
the
saved Thor Ragnarok.
Ragnarok was trash.
To be honest with you, she was the interesting part of that movie. I hate Thor Ragnarok. It's
Me
so
too.
fucking stupid.
Me too.
But when he cut
the 32nd question of 33 burning DC questions.
I'm gonna have to say that the character didn't need what's her name? She needed the character more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
I think Margot Robbie is a great actress, and I think she did a really good job in Suicide
Birds of
Squad.
Prey?
In the first one, and then after it's been worse and worse and worse.
Holy fuck, Nerdman.
That's not true.
Birds of Prey, Nerdman. How good was she in Birds of Prey?
She was better in the first one than any of the rest of them.
32nd
Anyway.
question. How many school games? Because the father of Victor, right before he got in his accident, he wasn't attending those games. And he's kind of the reason why the whole accident happened. Maybe, if there was a man driving that car, it wouldn't have. But like,
you asked the deep one, Chill Mark. Oh, I got an answer for this.
I want to know, what does a good parent go to? Like, how many games do you need to attend?
All of them.
All of them, exactly.
Really?
I mean, if you're MSK, none.
I'll say this. I'll say I have a perfect answer because
I ain't gone to none of K-Dot's games, bro.
And look how he turned out.
He's a loser. He never wins. I trained him right.
But I tried. And at least I try. I try to throw the football correct.
I told you. Since you were 2 years old.
There is no try.
I did the whole thing. I was like, with the Williams sisters. I was like that with you, and you just turned out to be a loser. I don't know what I have to do.
Wow.
I'll answer real quick. As long as the my son makes it to playoffs, that's when I will actually show up, and because those are the only games that really matter. So.
No, any game your kid
But you got to get him there, though.
It never bothered me that my dad couldn't make it to any of my games because he was working.
Super proud.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what if you're fighting in Afghanistan? They're not gonna let you go see a game. Like, oh, I gotta go watch my son. He's at the playoffs.
A junior game.
Well, obviously,
By
there's
the way,
circumstances to whether you can, but if you can,
Yeah, that's
go,
what I mean.
I'm super proud of K-Dots. K-Dots is awesome.
Wait, I got to answer for this too, because Bell and Jaded, they pretty much said what I was gonna say, but I'm of two minds on this. Like, I think at least my father myself. I played basketball. I played basketball, not nerd. My real dad. I played basketball, and baseball, right? My dad showed up to one of my baseball games. I didn't even like playing baseball. I didn't like doing it, but he showed up to one of my games. Basketball. My dad showed up to at least one of my games because my dad works all the time, and I acknowledge that he works. If he doesn't work, I can't go sleep in a house after the game if he ain't working.
Yeah.
So I at a young age, I acknowledge that my father was a busy man, but he at least made sure to be present at some points. If he was never present or tried to come to anything I do, then I'm gonna look at it different. But he at least put in the effort to be
I am
present.
in tears right now. I'm so glad my son recognizes.
I'm in tears too.
the
Having
work
listened
part-
to you for 3 hours.
I mean, look, Nerdman, you can be my godfather. Is that what they call them? Godfathers and godsisters? My godfather.
This is a relevant comment here. As many as possible. The problem was that there was always something better than to do for Victor's father. I don't know, man. He was a pretty important scientist, and I don't know. School games are simply just games. I cannot justify a person, whether he's at war or whether he has a local job, leaving to go watch you participate in an activity. That's just, I don't know.
I'll say this too. I think
sports thing anyway, right?
And I think Victor's father was elite. Like, if I think he's at the lead scientist there for many of the projects. I think could have at least like just took one day off for his game, like just one. You got to at least go for one thing that your child does. At least one.
If we're talking about Victor's dad from Doom Patrol, he's a definite asshole. Like he's barely like, well, he was in his life too many times. It's just, I don't know.
No, but it's kind of weird that like, I mean, he basically got his mother killed, like, because he was so upset about his father doing.
Now the mom got herself killed. She can't drive.
Yeah, no, both of them.
I mean,
Nerdman, she was driving.
They both didn't die.
You're saying women can't drive?
No.
We got a woman who does DoorDash here.
I don't like the fact this question.
And Grubhub.
I don't like the fact this question is a little bit racist because you judge him because no. You judge him because he's black and doesn't go to his son's game. No, but you also judge him.
The question wasn't racist. The question says, how many school games should a parent attend? The question wasn't racist at all. Okay. I don't ask no racist ass questions. I only ask questions.
Black dad.
Okay, well, listen.
Nerdman, I'm sorry your son's game.
Wait, hold on. Don't even talk about black dads because I went to all my son's games.
So there we got a different perspective from Anzo.
That's because you don't have a job because you're black.
I went to all my son's games, every single one.
It has to do with Victor.
What has happened?
How many games did King T'Chaka attend of his son's games?
That's a Marvel question.
He was busy. Because he was busy being a king. He still loved his son, but it's like he has to rule the country.
Jay, that's a little different. He's a king.
What are you talking about, Jaded?
Jaded, he's a king. He can easily say,
white man's perspective.
I want to be a king right now. I'm gonna go chill my
son. Absolutely, he's a king. He could. All right, guys.
Typical white man's perspective, because you can go to all your games. You can go to all your games because you know, I can't even make a joke out of this. I was trying to make a joke out of it.
I mean, I wouldn't be able to attend any because the clan meetings are important.
Question 33 of 33 burning DC questions.
Let's go.
Why is entertainment greater than accountability? See, that's a joke. That was me being good with it, Nerdman. Though. 33. If you had 30
Is that what
seconds...
MSK tweeted?
Well, I want to talk about black people.
Wait, Nerdman.
Not your channel, Nerdman.
It's not G4. This is not G4. Don't do that.
If you had 30 seconds, 30 seconds with Walter Hamada, what would Craig K-Dot? You're gonna go first. I'm gonna give you 30 seconds. I want you to say you're in an elevator. Look who just comes in. It's Walter Hamada. Speak to him. Time now.
Walter, you're doing a great job. Can I give you a kiss? That's all I would say.
Pause.
Yes.
Nerdman, you got Walter Hamada and you got 30 seconds. 30 seconds means half of a minute, so try to keep it down to 30 seconds. What do you say?
What have you got against black people? Okay. So...
Holy cow, bro.
That was it?
So no, Walter Hamada, I would say
Yo, someone's in the kitchen. I can hear it.
I'm waiting to see how good a job you're doing when I see Black Adam and the Batman and the Flash movie. I'll wait to see. If you've got something, I'll give you credit. If you don't, really, you've got a blueprint already waiting for you, and just carry on with the Snyderverse. Because ultimately, like, as I said, like, either you go down your own route and no,
so much longer than 30 seconds.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Fired.
Either you go down your own route, and that's fine, but at least have a good plan. But if you don't, there's a plan there. So
Nerdman's the type to hold the elevator door open, like, you know. No, and I just wanted to
Wait, hold on. Walter. Wait.
Next, Onzo, you got 30 seconds. Walter Hamada, okay, the DC president. What's his official title? Is the Warner Brothers president?
DC Films. President of DC.
Funny as hell.
So, Onzo, what are you gonna say to him?
He wouldn't give a damn about any one of my opinions on what his movies are or anything like that. So I would just say, "Hey, good job. How you doing?" That's it.
Of course you would.
All right, Perp, 30 seconds. DC.
I'll be like, so about that Cyborg movie. Then...
Oh my god.
That'd be pretty much it, you know.
Mike?
I have nothing to say to him.
Damn.
I just hope he continues.
I would say one thing.
What's the one thing you would say?
Oh god.
What's the second?
You're better than Feige.
Oh my god.
Already he's better than Feige.
Bell,
yes,
you got 30 seconds. It's Walter Hamada. What would you do?
I'd be like, so what's the real deal on Henry Cavil? Why the fuck does he not want to come back for Superman? That's what I would ask.
And then you wait for his answer because he only got 30 seconds. Smart woman, see? That's how you time manage, Nerdman. And then we got Sean Avery. I want to ask you 30 seconds, Walter Hamada, how's it go?
I mean, I would congrats him on his performance in Shang-Chi.
Hilarious.
That is the most left field racist thing I've ever heard. I almost like it. I admire it. Jaded fanboy. You got 30 seconds.
He's on Dallas in Shang-Chi.
Wouldn't ask him a question. I don't care. I wouldn't like if we're in an elevator, I'd just be standing there listening to the music and going, "What floor do you want?"
Sure.
That's kind of nice though. You'd serve him.
What floor do you want?
What am I supposed to care?
And then after he asked him what floor he wanted, he would proceed to hit every button except the floor he wanted. That's what a fanboy would do.
I think you should ask him, like, what would you do if an MCU fan, right?
Oh
like,
my god!
You
I would. My answer would be more in line with Perp. Ask him about a Cyborg film. Ask him about an Icon and Rocket. Ask him about when's the next one. I'd voice what I thought about race swapping a Superman as opposed to hiring or creating a black superhero.
Do you think he knows any of those characters?
No. That's because you're fucking racist, Chillmon. Why can't there be a black Superman?
I wouldn't have 30 minutes to explain that, but I would say it's better to have it.
I mean, I would ask him what he thinks about like the Asian cop being arrested with the George Floyd situation.
That is not what I would touch in that situation. That concludes the stream of 33 burning DC questions.
I'm sorry I'm late.
No, it's all good. We got the answers we wanted from you, Belle.
Killmonger is working on the George Floyd cop's defense at the moment, so it's like a kind of
wow.
Did Nerdman eat a whole bag of cane sugar before the stream? I know, right? But it's okay. We got 3 hours and 5 minutes.
Nerdman power, man.
Look, you already know who I am. We already know who K-Dot is because he's a regular. Actually, I think all of you guys are regulars, except for Belle, who's like here for the first time, right?
I'm not that regular.
Wait. I'm a regular. I'm a regular, unlike some other people here. Mike.
Oh, basically,
Fountains on this guy.
Belle, what
It's
is
the truth. I ain't lying.
What are you talking about?
What is the best comic book movie of the year?
Of the year?
Of 2021. Don't think about it. Just say it. Just say it.
New movie.
Say it. Go on. Say it.
In 2021.
He wants you to say Snyder
I'm gonna
Cut.
pass because I don't know who's watching.
Oh.
The other question is, which superhero movie sucked the least?
Oh God.
Sucked the least?
David, you hate every comic book movie.
I know.
That's it. Time expired.
Every movie. What are you talking about?
Burning
I like Home. What do you call it? No Way Home. I think it's a
No
very
Way
good
Home
movie.
is good, but it's not as good as the Snyder Cut. All right.
Thumbs up for No Way Home. Thumbs down for Snyder Cut. Thanks everyone for joining the channel. I appreciate every one of you for dedicating your time here. We're gonna end the broadcast there. Check out all of our channels. Peace.
That's
Bye.
right. Peace.